We're in Group D now. Nurse versus Cannibal. And that will be followed up by Chucky versus Trapper. We'll start here with Nurse versus the Cannibal. Nurse in Auto Haven Wreckers. Not a bad nap for Nurse here. You want to deny breaking of line of sight, and Wreckers does that pretty decently. Want to get into Shack if you Nurse. Maybe just around Shack. Maybe around the side of Shack. Just one blink for distance. Maybe gem moving here. Not quite. Okay. The patrol. Not showing anything just yet. It's early days, of course. And there's gem movement here. Okay. Playing aggressively, looking for an early hit. Gets it. Nice. 2 blinks in play. They're not going to hold back here. And there's your dying state. Wow, and the entire team around here. Do you get maybe another injury out of this? Yes, you do on Dwight. If they don't play it a bit safer, Nurse might be tempted by the slug. Okay, picks up. Picks up, looks for a hook. There's one right here. Great start for Nurse. As Dwight did go around here, sticking around. Maybe around the side of this boulder. There they are. You can't do that against Nurse. Oh, whiff. But Dwight isn't going to find anything really loopable with that. Going to the periphery. Going around the vehicle now. Good stuff from Nurse. This is good, effective play from her. The kind of stuff we've been seeing more and more of in these World Cup tournaments. Oh, very risky. Showboating a little bit. To and fro beneath the pallet. No matter, good start. Not going to go after them. Prefers to get Pop Goes Weasel out there. Big regression, potential aura reading. There it is. 2 blinks in hand. They go window immediately. They do not. Nurse way overblinks that. However, it's a happy accident that she finds the next furthest along jet. And a ninja party. No, we're tied into aura reading. Yui Kimura. Out by a very counterable tile here for Nurse. They're going to run headlong away. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, maybe a bit of a slow period of the game for Nurse. Has 2 blinks back again. And there you go. Just holding off was Nurse. Hoping there'd be some element of panic. A vault back, and indeed there was. So, another hook here. But if you're Nurse, you know the 2 pressure points. You're maybe going to get right back over to this one. Imagining that the survivors are right back on that gen. Indeed they are. Fogval. That will do enough. That will do enough. Oh, but then Cheryl right here. Oh, good play. Little 180. Enough to counter the Nurse there. Looking for an injury. And gets it. Still wants to get the kick here. But now you can get the kick and then utilize the aura reading. Firstly for that. Not sure what they're doing. Cheryl burns a pallet. It's all going off. It's all chaos. It's all false. The double deception that look like. Oh, Nurse thinking they've vaulted the window. Nurse may be rattled by some of the silly antics going on here. As Cheryl around the truck doubles back. Okay, another really, really good Pop Goes the Weasel kick here. Still 5 gens in play. That one is a concern. A bit of a swing into nothingness there, but it's rewarded for Nurse. It might not have been. Going for the blind, not going to make it happen. Dwight. Oh, you can't give away 3 hits like that. Not to this customer. What a game this is turning into for Nurse. Another injury there. Rack 'em up. And getting the hook. No worries there. Right, kick here. Pop Goes the Weasel. The key pressure point regressed once again. Death hook. Injured party. And there's a dying state. That'll be a kill if she can pick up without any kind of save. Absolutely absurd gaming from the Nurse here. She's in it to win it. And she's doing everything she has to. All the while, there is a fun min in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't realise. Yet to find her in any meaningful capacity. As that'll be second hook for Dwight. 6 hook stages. 1 kill. Not a single gen has popped. It's absolutely absurd. That's fun. Great injury for Nurse. The blink hit conversion rate has been truly staggering here. 2 blinks. One there, another one. They try and elicit the overblink for the Nurse. It's not quite going to happen. Could be using Pop Goes a Weasel here, but honestly, why would you? The gens are now not an issue whatsoever. And you are just powering through the hooks at an absolute rate of knots. Ridiculous work. There's the heal. Someone goes left, someone goes right. Deception on the locker, presumably. And they double back over there. Okay, the entire game is in front of you now if you Nurse. Injured party Dwight. Cheryl there as well. If anything, you probably want to get the injury on Cheryl. You fear... Oh, wow, they parted like the Red Sea. That was absurd. You fear the hatch as the only thing that keeps you from a 12-hook stage game. Oh, that whiffing is a damn shame. Keeping on Cheryl. Good injury there. Fogval, Dwight gets the unhook. And honestly, not a bad play from Cheryl. If you commit to the vault, Nurse has that second blink, can just follow you. If you double back, maybe Nurse overcommits and you get away. Alas, it doesn't quite work out. There for Cheryl, as they're going for the heal, but they'll run away. No, they won't. Dying state for fun. And now all eyes on Dwight. Gets the save! Somehow doesn't get the save! A bit early on the blind, it looks like. Nurse not caring a jot, just getting the hook as if nothing ever happened. As there's Dwight on the boulder. A strange whiff. Maybe just sliced off the top of the cap. The blind. They've not fled the scene. And there's your 4K. What an unbelievable performance from Nurse. It doesn't get much better than that. The 4K 5-gen performance. Utterly, utterly absurd. And all to do here for the Cannibal. What a statement. What a statement of intent. Alright, Glenvale for Bubba. Has the 4K to match up. The Bubba camp will be feeling confident here. No gem regression in the build is what they've gone for. And that is, it's risky. No doubt about it. It's very, very risky. But they have a plan in mind. Bamboozle for quick chases. Blood Warden for the safety net. No one around the gen that Bubba can see. Surely was someone there. Maybe you're ruining the lack of nowhere to hide. Make Killer Shack a little bit more agreeable. If there's nothing else you're doing right now. I have to imagine that someone is around here, right? Oof. Oof. Is this a bit of a rough opening for Barbara? It certainly seems like it. You would have hoped to have found someone by now. You're hoping at least that this means that the gens aren't moving too much. There is someone on Saloon. Someone on here as well, so this will probably be where you want to go if you're Bubba. Sprint burst. That's fine. That's fine, because you can now take a chase without fear of any kind of exhaustion. Okay. Love that. Get your 3 revs back. Maybe M1. Do that to fake it out. Oh, and they're not biting. Okay, good call. Good stuff from V. They're loving what they're doing, and as well they might. What you can do if you're Bubba, you're not going after them. You're going to go for the door. And then go around to the gen. And this could be a big opportunity here. Do you get them before they get the window? Nice. Okay. Nothing to be done there. Maybe would have liked to have burnt that door. Oof. So there goes a couple of gens and Saloon gen moving at pace. Barbecue and chili is going to be very important. You see one person moving over yonder. No aura reading at all. How can that be? How could that possibly be if someone moves around here? Maybe hide around the corner. There they are. from V to V. So here goes Bubba. Oh, that is so diabolical. The hit reg there, the bloodstains. But denied entirely by a very impressively timed pallet stun. A ruinous pallet stun for Bubba, but impressive nonetheless. Get that rev back. Keep on them. Doing everything that he can here, Bubba. They're going to find another pallet. Get a bit too confident there. That's good play from Bubba. Hoping for no pallet stun. Okay, moving on Gallows. Someone around here. James Sunderland. If Bubba can turn this into a 2 dying state situation, he could be very, very, very happy with that. As James flees the scene, makes a lot of sense. There goes Saloon. 2 gens left. I think... Was it a bad call on the build? Clearly the gens are flying. They've chosen Blood Warden, and Blood Warden is what is keeping Bubba in with a chance here. But Blood Warden is no guarantee. You're hoping for a lot to go right if Blood Warden's going to turn a game state like this into a 4K. Going for the revs. The window's gone. James has to go downstairs. There you go. Dying state for James Sunderland. Doing what he needs to do here, in fairness to him. Starting to get some semi-regular dying states. Is it too little too late? James on hook. Barbecue gives you healing over there. And Gen movement over here. If you're Bubba, you absolutely want to keep the gens on side. So going to go to the Gen. No doubt about it. Here we go. There's movement here, but not too much. Get the kick. You know there's someone here. You know there's someone here. It is ruinous how they've managed to get away. Maybe you think these lockers are safe if you're this survivor. It's a damn shame. He can't spend all day here. He's got to go back. What a shame. Where could they have gone? Unhook over here. Presumably someone up on Gallows. They don't heal onto the hook. That would have been a bad call from them. Oh, hang on. But they are nearby. Potentially upstairs. Hearing the injury noises of James, but not locating him. And there goes Gallows Gen. Ay, ay, ay. They're right back on this Gen. There's a scream from somewhere. What is going on? Unable to find anyone at all. Things are looking very, very grim for Bubba and for the Bubba camp. It could not be a much more far-removed game from that which Nurse enjoyed. Couldn't move for survivors, could Nurse. Needle in a haystack staff here for Leatherface. James Sunderland. That could be a gimme. It is. There was someone else here as well. Can Bubba locate them? This might now be a slug situation. You've got so much ground to make up. And really limited time in which to do it. You don't want to run him around this way. They've got the door, for God's sake. Just a tough tile for the chainsaw here. As they don't vault. Okay, do you know what? James crawling, asking for the hook. Why not? Get the hook. Get some aura reading. Gen movement there, gen movement there. What has this survivor repeatedly done? You'd love to find out. Oh. That is atrocious. However, there's your dying state. James gets unhooked. There's a chance that injured James goes for the gate immediately. Yes. One light there. Injured James over here. Okay. If you're going to make it a 4K, you're going to rely on Blood Warden. No doubt about it. You don't want to... Maybe you do want to hook Death Hook James Sunderland. They pick up Nancy. Okay, the only play that Bubba can make is slugging James. If you hook James, it is giving away the 3E. If you slug, maybe you leave the door open for a smidgen of altruism. Still only one light there. Get revving over here for the speed and the auras. Just mistimed that. There's Nancy. This is a great opportunity now. This is a fantastic opportunity now. Oh, so close. However, when do you get the rev back? Not quickly enough. And they leave. Oh, he had an opportunity. Did Bubba, but he wasn't able to close it out. And that will be a very, very, very dominant, convincing win for Nurse. What a shame. Couldn't quite make it happen. It was always going to be a... It was always going to be a tough situation. Bubba in no mood for the tambourine. And away they go. That'll be 4 hooks to his name. Not quite a Knight level of performance, but not much better. Cannibal, 4 to the Nurse's 12. Update the standings. Nurse now takes top spots for the time being of Group D. Cannibal, first game up, suffers a pretty morally damaging defeat at the hands of the Nurse. Okay. We move now to Chucky versus Trapper. Trapper, by the way, who had a very, very good performance and managed to defeat the Twins, secure 3 points there. The perennial underdog is Trapper. If he can get a win here, suddenly he is in the playoff conversation. Ormond for Chucky. Will be the odds-on favourite going up against Trapper here, but he is a fallible killer, is Chucky. This is not a 4K merchant, not even close. Fun games for sure. Big plays for sure, but sometimes still gets outpaced on the gens. We'll see what kind of a game he has here. You've got to imagine Survivor spawned over this side. No gen movement here, however. Could be on that gen. Perhaps. Movement in the middle, okay. Slice and dice, and not quite able to get around the corner. That's what you're going to see a lot of against Chucky. If Chucky sends out his slice and dice too prematurely, simply turning the corner does get the survivors some very good value. Could be an M1 here. Pallet. That whiffing is a damn shame. You did not expect such a thing. And not quite able to turn around quickly enough. Ace is having a field day against Chucky here. As there is a boon in play as well. Got to be careful of that. Whoa. Going around a small rock and then fleeing the scene entirely. Oh, well played. The good injury from Chucky. Not out of it. Sticking on Ace. And getting a very, very good injury there. Needs to turn it into a dying state and fast. Because things are moving on at pace here. Good pallet. Ace flees the scene. Got a lot out of this in terms of map management. No pre-drop there. Oh, it's actually a pretty good tile, isn't it? Well played. And again, just not able to turn those tight corners. There goes first gen. First of many if Chucky doesn't go elsewhere, and indeed he will.
I'm the freaking good guy.
Burnt some pallets, but not able to burn this one, and this is maybe the most important of the bunch. Movement in the middle, but not too much. Could very well be some movement over here. Maybe an early... Ooh, hold on. And not quite able to get around the counter there. It is a nightmarish start for Chucky. Pallet here. Right into the face. And good stuff. Countering live nicely, as Chucky can. But it's a 2-gen game, and he's not got a hook on the board. 2 gens left, 2 injuries acquired. Those are numbers that you do not want to be equivalent. And they are here. And he will get an injury. and burning a very important pallet. With this game state, if you're Chucky, you maybe want to get both dying states. Maybe slugging is the way forward here. Just need something to go right, because nothing has right now. Oh, it was such a good prediction from Chucky. But there was a pallet, and that overrides all of his good work. What a shame this is. What a disastrous game this is looking like. He's not played horrendously. Maybe took too long in the opening chase. Just got unfortunate with some of these pallet spawns. There's a heal. Oh! And in yet another unfortunate event, they just get the heal in time. Could have sliced and diced, get it going here. Under the pallet. It is finally a dying state. Able to circle around. Well, no, able to slide under the pallet there and punish that one. Nowhere for Felix to go. First hook. Needs to keep the gens under pressure. Pop Goes the Weasel here will do some good in that regard. Injured party. Dalita heading left. I've got so much distance already. Trying to cut them off is Chucky. And for every move, there is an equivalent pallet to be slammed in his face. Nothing going right. As Dalita keeps on moving over here. Slice and dice on the table. Get in the window and not quite able to do anything with it. Overreading there. Ooh, and they maybe didn't anticipate the line that Chucky was taking. So this could be another dying state and another important eruption play here. Yes, indeed. That's big. Oh, you see two people on middle gen. You've got to take the hook here. For sure, but in doing so, you may well end up losing middle gen. So arduously slow is Chucky. Just trying to get as close as possible. Okay, huge Pop Goes the Weasel kick here. Against Trapper, Trapper is fallible for sure. Every hook stage is important, but 2 is not going to get it done. Unhook there. Would love a hit, and not quite. You can't get much closer than that. And another pallet to the face. Ooh, Felix! A bit brazen, a bit cocky. Runs into a mound of snow. That could be an injury. It should be. It is very fortunate there. That easily could have hit the picket fence. Turn in the corner. Okay, Felix heads to Ski Lodge. Chucky wants to be right here. Very happy to be here. As there's the vault. Doubles back. It'll be a grab. Ah, but you lose middle gem. What a shame. Alright. 3 hook stages in play. 1 gen remaining. Progress on the one to the left. That's where Chucky's going to head. But there's movement there as well. Right, get a visual check on this. It's still aggressing. Okay. In that case, all the way over to this distant one. This is where you've got to put Pop Goes the Weasel. Just to sway them. And there's more movement here than you maybe thought. It's not over. We've seen so many resurgent comebacks here. But there's a lot to do. But that's a good start. That is a very good start. A hook on Ace who was so unhookable at the beginning of the game. You know the gem behind you is safe, secure, regressing. Now the fear is the gen way up over yonder. I want to get there as quickly as possible. Early slice and dice makes a lot of sense. Oh, and they're not committing. Injury here. Oh, they are committing. There was another person. Okay, it is what it is. You weren't going to get to the gen anyway. You're happy to have got the injury on V. Waiting for slice and dice. You might not need it here. Went to the left for some reason. That'll be another hook. All these hook stages. So important. Oh, if the timing were just a little bit better, maybe sneaking an injury on the leader there too. Slice and dice as quickly as possible. Gates open almost immediately. Good injury there. Pallet to the right. No pallet up ahead. But you know what? They're very far away from the gates. You might want to go after Ace now. secure this dying state. And you do. Endurance hit on V. No, just get the hook.
Come on, right there.
Then, as Chucky, you're going to try and circle around the left. Try and keep Alita from reaching this gate. If indeed that's the gate that's open. It's probably this gate, to be honest with you. That is open! Oh my god, the heal just in time, presumably. Circle healing. It should still be punishable, this, for Chucky. With a well-placed slice, just missing. What a ruinous miss that was. If you get the dying state there, you're right back on the hook, and this would be a much better game state. Still, 6 hooks. That's much better than you were looking at even a couple of minutes ago. And another hook here on Delita, making it 7. Getting into the realm of a respectable hook stage score here is Chucky. And there are still more hooks on the board. The gates are open. This seems like a team who is committed to altruism, to saving their friends.
Hey, who's next?
Need to see if there's anyone approaching from that direction. Doesn't look like it. That gate is not open whatsoever. You want to encourage a save, but you don't want to give away the save here. There's a very subtle difference. This boon has been so ruinous, but no time for Chucky to go and put pressure on it. Moving back over here. So there's a save from Ace. Okay. Game plan here. Wait out endurance for sure. See if Ace is going to make any aggressive moves to stop this. Dying state there is huge. Ace! Okay, now hold on just a second. Because you've got the longer end game slice and dice here that gives you a hit like that. Felix isn't going to risk it, but it does keep Ace in this area. An M1 hit could be very good. If anything, are you ever going to pick up... Are you ever going to pick up the leader here? Probably not. The gate timer is moving. The likelihood of them getting the recovery and getting out the gate, not sure, not sure. Slice and dice can be good here. That's outrageous from Chucky. Okay, can he get back to Thalita? What an incredible slice and dice. Now, the pickup on Thalita could be coming. No, okay. Getting the hook here. No way you're picking up Ace and getting the rescue there, right? If anything, you want to encourage it if you're Chucky. Moving over there. Can you get close enough to make this happen? They're going to leave, presumably. The pickup on Ace. Is there time for them to get to the gate now? You're playing goalkeeper if you're Chucky, because there is a whittling amount of time. V is still in play as well. This is the difference between 8 hooks and 11. Do they both die? There they are! No way! 11 hook stages for Chucky. What a turnaround. That is an incredible endgame from Chucky, just when all hope was lost. He's done exactly what he needed to do. Incredible. Winnable for Trapper, but after the early game that they had, the Chucky camp will take that in a heartbeat. Great game. Trapper on Coldwind, 11 hook stages. The total to beat. He needs traps, he needs them quickly. Gonna set up Shack. Gonna set up Shack early doors here. Ooh, don't set up both, though, in case you need to move someone over there. Maybe you got a bit too gung-ho with the traps. Trying to find your early survivors, your early gens. Okay, Nancy over there. Get a kick, first and foremost. No type gives you the aura. 2 folks over here. Trap this up. Ooh, is that a bit too distant from the window? It's probably fine. Move around here. Okay. Trap there. And they stay on the tile. Okay. They move away from it. Makes a lot of sense to me. Put that right there. They might keep on moving. No, they stay on the tile. Right, so this should be an injury. It will be. Well played. Good stuff from Trapper here. Using the traps to zone them a little bit. Disarming Shack makes a lot of sense. Can't get too upset about that if you're Trapper. You know that's going to happen. Just don't get tilted by the sound of repeated bounce landing there. The sound of repeated trap disarms. It's going to happen. You need to get used to it. As there is a pallet right here. They will burn it. And they're so used to Trappers setting up a trap on these pallet loops. Trap's going to play against type here. Oh, they don't burn on that one. Well played. Well played. Maybe a trap just set up right under the pallet could be good here. How many left? 4. Looking ahead, you might already be thinking, if you're Trapper, you need to think about a way to keep the panels on side. This is an overlong chase, no doubt about it. However... Trap there! Oh, they've realised. They vault early because they know they need to get away from Shaq. Yeah, good play from Nancy. Overlong chase? Yeah, possibly, but here's the thing. Trapper's able to set up the map while taking on the chase. And at least if you're doing this, you know that not all of the survivors are on gens. However, there is a limit to that rationale. And he's got to move away now. Okay, looking ahead to where the gates are. Gen movement here. V right there. Injury. Making a beeline to Shaq. Looking behind them. This is Trap every day of the week. Never mind. Going to the window. Trap every day of the week. Never mind. Going to the pallet. Vault in. You're dead. Okay. And this is where Trapper maybe begins to feast. He's got himself basement hook. And that is a very, very important thing. The notion of setting up traps on the gate panels, it's a thing of the past. One there. And then make sure you've got the shack all set up. Reset this. And then you have that warning system if and when anyone moves in for the save. You can still go and pressure the gens here. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe should I say pop for this one. It is balanced landing for Nancy. Remember that. Oh, well played by Nancy. They're not giving away the old moonwalk through the pallet situation. They'll get balanced landing here. There goes V. You can make like you haven't seen V. Again, they've got to do something about these traps if they're going to go for the save. There goes another gen. Unbelievable for Nancy. You're fine chasing Nancy just because you know you have that warning system on Shaq, and there it goes. So you move in. And there you go. Right down there. So, all of a sudden, 2 in basement. There's a weird animation on that hit. So I'm moving in. Injury there. Still getting 2 in the basement. Keep them slugged down there. How do you play this? Okay. So if you're Trapper, you're going to reset the window. Move in. Don't disarm this just yet. Take your hook. Careful of anti-camp over there is the only thing as well. Although maybe you don't really fear anti-camp all that much of what you've got set up here. Reset this trap. Up and around as you leave Shaq. Reset this. Nancy, they don't know about this trap. Oh, but they avoid it. Oh, but they avoid it. Well played. Would love to have disarmed. Would love to have denied that. Taking a hit there. Okay. Trap there. Huge. Still endurance, okay. Honestly, yeah, do you know what? They played that about as well as they could have. If this is DS, it's a clearance of basement. It isn't DS, okay, they've not got that at least. Honestly, reasons to be cheerful if you're the survivor team. Reasons, however, to be cheerful if you're the Trapper as well. You know this is a team who want to make plays, who want to get the 4-re, and that plays into the Trapper's hands to a tremendous degree. As there is a gen over there. I don't think that's moving. Not been able to hear that. Injured party here. 2 over there. Maybe. Can you get this pallet burnt? No. Check on this gen. It's not moving at all. Great. Sprint burst makes a lot of sense. Oh! Wow. Okay. Maybe Trapper feigning the chase on V. Lulled Nancy into a false sense of security. As that is a disarm of window, disarm of door. They're moving down for the save. Reset this. Is there a chance they don't know that they could go window? Endurance there. They could go window. They're not going to go window. Massive. And you know what? Get a grab. Hope they don't emerge immediately. They do not. Head on, do you reckon? No, no way. Okay, so they're trying to heal there. Not going to be able to. DS it could be. Thank God it's a kill. Oh, but here's the thing for Trapper. Here's the thing. Maybe the 2 kills are not what you want, because now there's no incentive to go into basement. Is that good or is that ruinous for the Trapper? Let's talk about hook stages. You're on 8. Remember, you don't need the 4K. You'd love it. You'd love to get 3 points here, no doubt about it. Oh, that's a hit that sometimes goes through. That's a hit that sometimes goes through. It doesn't quite there. This is the only gen you need to be fearful of. Oh, and V was committing. Sprint burst. You would love the hit, but you can't quite make it happen. Get a kick there. Then go after V. As it stands, the uninjured party is the one, and there are traps here that could get them. The uninjured party is the one who would maybe be most focused on committing to the gen. So if you go after them, maybe there's a limit to what Nancy is capable of doing or wants to do on those gens. Rearm that. Here's the thing, if we're looking ahead to potential endgame situations... Hold, come back. If you're looking ahead to potential endgame situations... Sprint burst here, so don't worry about dead hard if you Trapper. Getting the kill on V isn't enough. If you don't hook Nancy again, that'll be a 10 hook endgame. That would not be enough, that'd be a loss for Trapper. So you get the hook here, you need to find Nancy. You can't rest on your laurels and accept the 3k, it won't be enough. So, have to find Nancy Wheeler. Knowing what you know about Nancy... Oh, never mind! Never mind knowing what you know. How about knowing what you see? And this could be an extraordinary win for the Trapper. Just needs one dying state. Nancy goes to the corner. They think it's all over. It is now! Needs a hook. Have they comped corner to perfection here? There is no hook. There might be a hook. God bless agitation there. Agitation. Maybe saving the game. 4k, 12 hooks. Trapper gets the win. What a matchup. A valiant endgame performance from Chucky, but it's not enough. Trapper gets the win. And all of a sudden, Trapper, 2 games, 2 4Ks, 6 points. That is absolutely absurd. Trapper top spot. 6 points to his name. Nurse in second with 4 points. Then Chucky, a distant third with 1. Twins and Cannibal, both yet to secure any points. Wowee! And Trapper gets a bye in the next round, so he has time to put his feet up and rest. Alright. Next up, it's Clown versus Demogorgon. Alright. Dead Sands for Clown. Demogorgon is no slouch, so Clown will know that he needs a good performance here. Pretty decent map for him. The haste will go a long way here. And they do commit to the vault. Good play from Clown. You chuck the purple bottle in Shack. Sometimes that is enough to make a survivor fearful of what's to come. That's a bad bottle. Mean that they vault when really they should have taken the time to assess the situation. Great start for Clown. Dying state right there. Okay, some invigoration to speed Clown along to a hook, and that's a very, very fine start. Oops, that's a very fine start. That notwithstanding. Okay. Didn't see anyone else around there. This could be a real pressure point already. Clown's going to check, and indeed it is. Get another speed bottle on the gen. Odd line taken there. Get the kick. Enjoy the speed. Slowness there could be good. There's an injury. Right back into the slowness. They burn this. Alright. Move around there just to keep them on the left-hand side. And now, if you're the survivor, tough to see a way past this. Ooh, well played. Ah, but they have. They thought they were closer to that pallet than in fact they were. So, pop goes a weasel on that gen. Eruption on that gen. You do lose another gen. Bit of a shame. But you take this game state every day if you found 2 hooks with 1 gen. Not every game is going to be a 4K5 gen. Sometimes a gen will pop. You suck it up and you move on. Get a Sonus bottle all the way over there. Doesn't quite connect again. Misses in exactly the same way that the previous one did. Hold, hold, hold. Come back. And how does that do? Ooh. Good play from them. That should connect. It will, and that will be an injury. Get the speed out there. Get it, then come back with it. Nice. Good play from Clown. These are some excellent mind games around some of these tiles. Just doing enough. Just doing enough. Good M1 fundamentals with the little help from the bottles. Clean as you like, absolutely. Get the speed bottle there. Get the kick, reload while you're in the area of effect. And away he goes. Oh, just had to wait a little bit there, not as clean as it could have been. Big progression on that gen, that's great. No surprises after the... They've surely seen through that. Yeah. Little flick shot there. Unfortunately, a pallet right ahead, and they have got no issues with burning everything. Okay. Take the stuns, move it along. Over the top. Does connect. Nice. Great injury there. Exactly what he needed. They should be scared enough to flee the tile, and that could be very, very good for Clown. Over the top. Decent bottle. V is not scared of burning a pallet or 2, as we can see. No bottles at this point, so maybe you do take the time to reload. What's quite nice is they're a little bit hemmed in here. Get a speed bottle. Just connecting with it. They were trying for the window. Slowness bottle there, and that should be all she wrote for this one. There it is. And 2 people running alongside there means there is a real lack of gem progress, and that's music to the Clown's ears. So those big floppy ears. Any aura reading? Yes. Absolutely phenomenal. Great injury. And this is what you need. This is what Nurse had in her spectacular game. The ability to find survivors almost immediately. And they'll get the window. Okay, unfortunate. Oh, they commit to the pallet. Get a slowness bottle there. The drop is fantastic. Get rid of that. Get a speed bottle out and then reload as you're moving towards it. And... not an ideal line they've taken. Apologies for the noises around the apartment there. Something's going on. Should be an injury. No, actually, the speed bottle, I think. Very damaging for Clown. Allow Kate to get to that pallet. Good chase from them. They're burning every damn thing. They don't give a hoot. The fake? Yep. A good game state, clearly, but not over. Not even close. Trying to remember which were your pressure points. These 2 have both been moving to a certain degree. A fair bit of movement here. Oh. But those 2 are the ones that pop. Okay, there you go. You had the feeling that was maybe a bit over long of a chase. This is a good situation. Slowness bottle. Over the top, that's a chance. Okay, they pivot instead to Shack. You've got to reload. You've got 2 injured parties. With 2 gens left, you might try and focus down your targets here. Over to Kate. And they are around here. Great opportunity. Dead hard. No. So as long as you do get this hook, that's a very important exchange for Clown. Okay. So now pressure's off a little bit. A little bit. One would commit to this chase if this were the death hook. And it is. Great injury in Shaq. They just drop there. Sloan's bottle ahead of them. You know what they do? They burn pallet immediately. Oh, very close. And they don't vault that one. Unbelievable. There you go, injury there. So, 2 survivor situation is exactly what Clown needed. And with that 2 gem buffer still in play, things are looking much calmer than they were even 2 minutes ago. It's going to be Gen Reuben here. If you can get Pop Goes a Weasel on this gen, oh, it's the end. But they just commit to it, hiding behind the gen that was completed a millisecond ago. There's a new one on me. How have we done here? They can move around and vault. They don't vault. Great fake to the window. Okay. Good move from them, but good counter from Clown. And just nothing too special here, just getting the dying state. Okay. To the window, to the walls. Well, precisely. Can you find Claudette? Because there could be the potential of Claudette just hanging on for a hatch game. Finding them on the gen would be absolutely ideal. No movement over there. This seems hatch. This seems hatch adjacent, doesn't it? Really does. Yeah, okay, so. Just chilling here. Hatch will spawn on this side, on this map. I think. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. Okay, endgame. And this is a very important endgame. The difference between 9 hooks, a very beatable 9 hooks, and an unbeatable 12 hooks. And, okay, that's good. You can just see that gate. Can't you, through this? Yes, you can. Okay. So come back this way. There could be a key in play as well. There's a chance. Oh, there they are. And this seems like it will be all she wrote. Okay, there we go. Injury there. They vault. They flee. Do they get this pallet? They do, but then we'll be on the other side. GG. GG. Do you know what? Looking through the window at Hatch being there, that could be good thumbnail material. Very cinematic. Alright. So, Clown gets the 4K 12 hook stages. Very good performance there. All to do for Demogorgon, to whom we go right now. I know. Right, Demogorgon. In Wreckers, has it all to do. Has performed well in the past. Ooh, an immediate chase up here. With Sable. Ooh, finesse going back into the window. Didn't expect it. That'll be live to get him a bit of distance, but honestly not a great line. Was it even live? Not sure. Shred. At least it gets the pallet out there. Okay. Going for the blind. They do get it. And Demogorgon sent into a bus. Spoilers for Season 5 of Stranger Things. Injury there. Needs to make things happen now after that pretty lousy opening display. Needs to get more portals out there too. Maybe it was a cursed chalice finding that survivor that early, because Demogorgon has completely neglected to set up the map with portals. They're going window. Oh, but they don't go for it. Good fake out, but that could give Demo an opportunity here. Oh! Alright, alright, alright. Oh, what do you do if you Demo? Do you leave? Do you try and set up portals? Oh, well, thank God he stayed. Big, big surge hit there. Trying to prevent the pallet pickup. Are you blocking it from this side? No matter, no one there. Okay, gonna go over to the Scourge Hook. Pain res very important after an overlong early game such as that. Oh, and there goes a gen. Sable taking a hit. It'll be fine. Okay, that's great. That's great. The free injury on Sable, the pain res hook, and now the potential for a follow-up. See what Demo can do. Oh! I was ready to commiserate with Demo there on a shred that went wayward. But no such problems. There's your pain res hook. Some possible rumblings that the pain res tremors combo is anti-synergistic. Quite possibly. Something to maybe look ahead to if it does become an issue. As it stands, Demo doing great work. Finds Feng Min. Another free hit on Feng Min there. The undetectability from the teleport really putting in the work. And if you can get second hook on Feng Min this early, things are looking great. Oh! Bold to not burn that pallet. Do they hold up? They do! Dying state massive. Will there be a pallet denial here? If not, Demo is in a really good spot. Because you are one decent chase against Feng Min away from having it be a 3 survivor game relatively early on. And that's top news for Demogorgon. Alright. Good stuff. After a rough start, making some plays here. Shred connects! Oh, do you know what? Not the 2 best portals in the world. Mere centimetres away from one another. There's Yui turns corner. Shred on the table! And they just got a bit too bold. You've got to be burning a pallet like that. Picking up. Sable going for the blind. Doesn't make it happen. And Sabo potential there. It will be dying state. And possibly still making it to the Scourge hook. Unlikely, but Demo's going to try. Maybe they've missed a skill check or 2. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's the kind of play that secures 4Ks, and the Demo camp will be delighted. Delighted. The safer play, perhaps, was to slug and pick up Meg, but they didn't. And they're delighted that they didn't. What a set of plays. And all of a sudden, things are looking dominant, even more dominant than the clown game, and that was outrageous. But as Demogorgon thought he saw someone around the truck, around the pickup, there was not. It is what it is. Sable. Caught out here. As they can only go... No, they can't only go window. They also have the doorway here. So, Demogorgon follows. Going to try and go for the save. They'll make it happen, but it'll be a trade. Nothing wrong with that. Is Meg going to go for a Sabo? They might with their endurance here, but it would be a bad play to do. They do not. Another hook here on Sable. Rattling through the hooks is Demogorgon now. It feels like the only thing that could deny Demogorgon a point is Hatch, and they'll be keeping an eye on that situation for sure. As Meg does not go for the unhook. Runs right past, doesn't want to play into another hook trade situation. You can understand, but it feels like the options for the team are somewhat limited. Oh, as they were going for the totem. You could slug if you're Demogorgon. But Demo's not going to. Demo's going to take the hook. Can Demo find Meg? Does Meg double back? Ooh. Okay, maybe the slug was the play. No matter. No matter. Looking ahead to a potential hatch situation, unless Meg is moving in for the save. No question of that. Okay. It seems that hatch is going to be the play here. And Demo, of course, knows exactly where that will be. Or the game. Listen out for Meg as well, because if you can cut them off and get the dying state, you don't open yourself up to the fear of a hatch showdown. But at this point, no, just shut the hatch. There it is. No adrenaline for Meg is huge. And now, you probably fear this gate more earnestly than the other. Did you hear an injury cry there? Probably not. It's probably fine. Portal down there. Teleport over here. Keep an eye on this. You probably want to put another portal a bit closer to the gate. And this feels very tough. Very tough for Meg to find a way to get these gates with these portals positioned how they are. If you Demo, the cooldown is such you don't even need to patrol conventionally you can just move from one to the other. Now, what could ruin Demogorgon's game here? A combination of resilience and wake up. That would be pretty ruinous for Demo. A key, obviously, would be rubbish. Failing that, you just don't see a way for Meg to make this happen. Especially while injured. That's the other thing to be concerned about here. You can hear injury noises from Meg. And at this point... with no gate progress on either gate, you actually got really good control even without the portals here. Things look pretty calm. There's Meg. They won't be able to do anything. You know what? A very, very impressive pebble play. You got to pull something out of the bag. They tried. Alas, they failed. And that'll be Demogorgon securing the draw. Another 4K. What a game. GG. Clown. Got the full 12 hook stages, but Demo matches it. So, Clown gets his first point of the tournament. And Demogorgon, the same. First game up for Demogorgon. 4K. You can't say fairer than that. A shame not to come away with 3 points. Doctor versus Artist to come. Right. Borgo for Doctor. Not an awful map. Maybe a bit too big. Although by no means the biggest. If you're going to have a Borgo variant, you'd much rather this than the Forgotten Ruins, for sure. What you find? Your first target, Arella. Okay. And that's what some of these killers have been lacking. Where there's been tough killer games, it has almost always begun by just taking too long to find anyone. Does a shot connect? It does! It does! And no pallet here. Surprising there's no pallet there. There was a window. They might not have seen that. Or indeed they couldn't vault it because they were shocked. Okay. Decent start. Early hook. As there is a survivor right here. These are not Arella's footsteps. It's V. They run right past the hook. And this is great now. Immediate chase for Doctor after the hook means that one of the other people now needs to move in for the unhook. And that kind of ambiently keeps gen pressure to a minimum. Very good. Is that gen moving up here? Nope, that's fine. Shock. Nah. The range not quite there. Shock here could be good. Oh, just got caught on the fence, however, so you need to shock again. That was a good timing, but they still can burn it. Oh, but they choose not to. That was wise. If they burn there, Doctor's always going to move around. Oh, play. Okay, bad loop that from Doc. V. Doing some good stuff. If they're pre-dropping, I was going to say, Doctor's probably delighted to get rid of that pallet and just moving on here. Static Blast. Just for some aura reading. And leave that chase alone. They feel pretty confident against Doctor. As he will find. Pretty decent pallet here. Shock will connect. Okay, so no pallet for you. To get the window in time, you will not. 2 people here as well. Maybe someone vaults preemptively. Yes. Huge for Doctor, that. That's a really good way of making survivors vault early. Sending the shock at them. Meaning that they have to commit. Oh, talking of commitment. Trying to commit to the gen, not able to. Good kick. So there's so much there that you like. Overcharge, nowhere to hide for the aura reading. Eruption for if and when you get a dying state. And for Doctor, you're hoping that's very much when and not if. As it's V, again, injured party now. That was pretty good. You don't see a way for them to get around this, although Doctor just held up there. That doesn't connect. That does. Oh, if only you could have found a way to get the dying state before that gen. There's Eruption at least. And there's a hook. Hopefully. As Arella is back on that gen immediately. Very aggressive play from her. Static Blast, let's see who's here. Seems like they're both up ahead. Why not get the kick out there? Been clean break there for Dwight, maybe broken, but now healed. Okay. Some kind of speed boost there, because that's a hit that you really anticipate connecting as Doctor. Okay. Tough little exchange there. Folk through. Do they double back? Good play from them. The commitment gets them the window. 3 gens left, but this is a slow game for Doc. He needs to find people. He needs to find people soon. As they don't burn the pallet, keep on moving. There will be a dying state. Dwight may be looking for the save. Shouldn't be an angle here. Oh, there is. There is. Very well done from Dwight. Now you've got 2 people on the same tile. Dwight gets the pallet. V doesn't. They've coordinated that well. Nice. It'll be a hit on Dwight. Oh, you could have pivoted. They did part there. You could have pivoted to V. You will still pivot here because this is your second hook state survivor. It's got to be a focus of your Doctor. And one more shock here. That'll prevent the window. Oh, they're not even going to shack. Going to an adjacent pallet. Things are going from bad to worse for Doctor. He's not being punished with gen pops. Not yet, but surely soon you're going to hear 1 or 2 gens pop. There's one. Have another pallet. Could be a drop here. Is this going to be enough? Oh, another pallet here. Ruinous game state for Doctor. They're going to get to another pallet. Nothing he can do. This feels so laborious here for Doctor. Nothing going his way. Dwight here for another protection here after getting healed up. It's not making it happen. Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh, and it was close. Gets a dying state, but you can't pick up because you fear another pallet stun. Got to make sure there's no one in the vicinity. They're too far away. Okay, so it will be a hook. Second hook state for V. And at this point, maybe if you're Doctor, you've got a focus on accruing as many hook stages as possible. And with that gen popping, maybe all the more confident that is your game plan. Okay, Dwight has been such a tricky customer. And indeed is the case right there. They seem fast, no doubt about it. They seem fast. They seem very fast. Get this pallet. Only don't burn it. Right, pivot away from Dwight. Are we suspect? Are we suspect? I think I'm feeling a little bit suspect. This will certainly. The Doctor's got to play to the finish. There'll be a review of the build after the facts for sure. But look at this here. Okay, so taking the chase. Shock here. They'll get the pallet still. Right, so there should be an injury. They can't get the pallet. Well, they do, but it's fine. There was still an injury there. Might vault this. Yep. Come back. Oh, and that will be all she wrote. And there's a dying state. In fairness, there's a dying state. So suspicions put to one side. Okay. Do you maybe try for basement here? You got to pull something out the bag if you're Doctor. Things are not going your way. There's things you could look for. Maybe Dramaturgy, maybe Blood Pact can give haste. I've not heard a boon, but perhaps there's Dark Theory here. In the heat of the moment, you're always going to be suspicious of someone who you think is a bit fast, but there is rationale. If indeed they were fast. Maybe that's, you know, just poor pathing from Doctor. There goes your gen. Damn shame. 2 people here, injured party to the right. Are they able to get the pallet with that? They're able to get the vault for sure. They double back? They do not. They keep on going. To another pallet right here. Dead hard? No. Right, so. A kill here. You've got Basement Dwight. 2 people on this side of the map. It's going to take them some time to move over for the unhook, if indeed that's what they're concerned with. Kate might just be away here. You obviously don't want them to be away. There's the unhook from Morella. No time to have gotten on that gate. So you're not worried about that just yet. As there is Morella. And there goes Dwight. Okay. Dwight, who already has a step on the Doctor here. How have they done that? Okay. Keep on them as best you can. Trying to take an efficient line to the gate. It'll be close, but barring a body block, you don't think they can get this. Could be dead hard. Oh, and they're out immediately. Poor luck of the draw there. And they're all out. Jesus. Okay, 5 hooks for Doctor. What a tough game. Nothing went his way. What did Dwight have? Power of 2. Blood Pact. Oh, Jesus. Wow, what a build from Dwight. It all makes... You can't see it. It all makes sense. We talk about Blood Pact. Blood Pact, how about Blood Pact plus Teamwork Power of 2? They're getting 12% haste when next to their healing partner. Four. And that was ruinous for the Doctor. The right perk to counter the right guy. GG. Artist. Red Forest. Just sending a couple of crows out there. Both crows are visible, so no immediate bug issues. That's good. Okay, so those gens not moving. Not right away. Check on this one once more. Aha! Connects over there. Someone here as well. So, put these out here. Someone runs back around the artist, hoping one of those connects. It does not, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Would have been great to have seen... Oh, would have been great to have seen an injury immediately on V there. Not quite going to see it. Oh, what did Quentin do? Some good stuff is what Quentin did. They're not going to want to stay by that pallet with the crow in play. What you can do is get the injury. Hoping they made a mistake and went back to that pallet. Clearly they don't. Okay, so the crow dissipates. Preparing for another one. Put that there. If it is Quentin, great. If it doesn't, at least you put pressure on that gen. And indeed you do. And M1 for the dying state here. Oh, not quite, not quite. It felt doable. Medium volt there. Or even a slow volt there. Upstairs they go. Dropping down. No balanced. Crow right on the pallet. Move around. Doesn't connect. Killer instinct. Nice. Okay, they just held off for a bit too long. Artist gets maybe a fortunate hit through the pallet. She'll absolutely take it. Not going to worry too much about kicking the gen. Hopefully Painres stops it before it pops. Oh my god, Painres hits on a different gen. That's a bit scary. Grim Embrace. Grim Embrace. Which gen could it be? One of these two, perhaps? Have a look. Alright. Iron Maiden over there. Someone trying to deny... Well, no, they weren't crows. It's just someone jumping in a locker for the hell of it, I suppose. Is there a heal on hook? If so, certainly try and deny that crow back at the hook. And they move away from the hook. Okay, quite scary. Seems like it's a team of artist counterers for sure. They know their business and they're doing it well. Obviously want to keep this gen on the side as well. Just in case, you know someone has been happy to be in lockers. 2, 3. Chance of an injury on Nancy here, perhaps. Yes! Okay, needed that. Discordance on that gen. Oh, and they pop it. Had no notion of that gen moving. Was very focused on this one and that one. Right. Put that there. Just wait a beat and send it. spying a survivor moving to the left. It is Nancy, so a very worthwhile chase this for another potential pain res situation. As they might move headlong away from the crow. Double back. That was a bad move. You want to keep on the left of them. Push them back towards the crow, if anything. Artist unable to do so. Good vault there from Nancy. Artist sweating it a little bit here. Remember, only 5 hooks to beat. But you can't rest on your laurels. You've got to make a play, and that does not connect. Oh, but Killer Instinct's so important there. As another gen pops. DC from Nancy. 2 gens are done. 1 hook in play. A gift to the artist. Survivors, please get it together. You don't know you're bloody born with some of these game states that you're DCing from. Right, 1 crow there, 1 crow there. The scary thing about this game is that those are the 2 pressured gens. But the survivors have found ways to get the other gens completed. And that's fearful for the game state to come. As says Quentin, an unforced error right into a locker. Exposed in a dying state, wow. After a slow start for Artist, you cannot be giving her gifts like this. She'll take advantage every day of the week. The hook. Preemptive crow set up on the other hook. You're doing that so that as soon as they get the unhook, you send it. So you're waiting for the noise notification. It's going to be 1, 2. Bang, bang, play. Noise notification. Send it. There it goes. Should connect. Oh. Did the crow miss or did they just immediately move away? How rotten. Wait just a minute and send. Not quite where you need it to be. Was it in front? Was it behind? Crow on the pallet. Does the bot fall for it? They kind of do. A little bit fortunate that the crow connected, to be honest with you. As Quentin. Quentin's in the vicinity. Is he giving up? Is he throwing? What's he doing? Where is he? There he is. Seems like a bit of a throw to me. They're calling it the dead hard of all time. One of the most obvious decisive strike plays as well. So Artist's going to slug for a little bit here. Just want to keep an eye on V and on Nia. It's a great game state unless you get a 1-2 gem pop, in which case it becomes very, very, very precarious. Mighty precarious. No movement there. There's the unhook. They might now be moving in for the recovery. There's the bots. Try and connect with them. Good stuff. And in all sincerity, that becomes quite an easy play to make. Right, now where's Quentin? Now where's Quentin? The recovery. Oh well. Not too unhappy about that. Would have been nice to get the hook, of course, but you'd rather force a survivor to move in for the recovery than play into what seems like a pretty obvious decisive strike play. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe if it's decisive, you're going to hold on to dead hard until after the fact. Some survivors defy such rhyme or reason. As Quentin Swift takes the crows, big gem movement here. Well, not big gem movement. Reasonable gem movement, not enough for the artist to put pressure on it. Bit of movement here too. As Quentin does go into the building, vaults. That would be a dying state. That would be a 2 survivor situation. You know, aggro focused on 2 survivors solely here. That can be a good way to go about things. And now don't be surprised if this is simply a standoff as both remaining survivors wait for hatch. And that'll be the 6th hook state as well. So there's the win. It really should have been a perfunctory endeavour for the artist. And indeed it was. Still thinking ahead to hook differential when it comes to playoff considerations. So you want to get as many hook stages as you can for down the line. So she's not going to take her foot off the gas here. There's a lot of movement here. Very likely that Nia Carlson is somewhere around, maybe around the pallet loop. Okay, oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. They're giving up on hook. So you've got to find a way to get to Shack. Oh dear. Has she left it too late, the artist here? Should be okay, should be okay. Where is Shaq? There is Shaq. Okay. All is well. No panicking. No panicking from the artist. No panicking from the artist camp. Wait for Hatch. The artist has some very good anti-gate tech here, so won't be sweating this too much. Set up 2 crows. Send them in case they're on the gates immediately. Okay. Pretty good gates, all things considered. Have a crow looking at that one. Get some visual intel over here. Send the other. Then do the same but the other way. So crow on this gate panel. Move over here. Very easy. Very simple. Looking for ways to deny gate. And once again, just rotate that. Seems to be a pretty solid way of denying the escape. They had a key. Well, there you go. Nia Carlson with Plunderer's Instincts found a key. And that means it's 9 hook stages for the artist. Still enough for the win. But if there's any hook differential considerations at the end of the group stages, maybe they'll come to regret that. GG well played. So artist still gets the win, but it's a rare 9-5 victory. So 2 wins, a total of 21 hooks, puts her on 6 points. The Doctor takes a loss. Only 5 hooks to his name. Let's sort Group E. Artist on top. 2 games played, 2 wins, 6 points. Doctor in second place takes a loss there, but had that win in round 1. 3 points there. Clown and Demogorgon 1 point apiece. Hag 1 game, 1 loss. 0 points to her name. She'll be next up in Group E, taking on Clown. And it will be Slinger versus Oni. This is a strong matchup. Nostromo for Beth Slinger. Here, looking to have a good start. Oni is a tough competitor. You feel like it might be 4K or nothing for Slinger. And as we've seen from games all the way through the tournament, so much depends on how quickly you find a survivor, how quickly you can apply pressure, and that's not too bad for Slinger. Find someone almost immediately. Looking for a decent chase. As they keep on moving and keep on moving and keep on moving, and hold off, and then hold on just a second. Around the corner here. Ooh. That's strange and confusing for Slinger there. Did you see them at home? You might have, but our man Slinger has not, so he's got to vacate the premises. Tough opening. Tough opening. There's at least someone on this gen, so maybe a better chance of a chase here. Scratch marks, scratch marks, scratch marks. There they are. Okay. Not letting them give him the slip now with Slinger. As they do vacate the tile. Chance of a shot here. Ooh. Anticipating the move to the right. The move to the right just actually a little bit delayed there. Which did for Slinger. And that one too far to the left. Okay, needs to reorientate. Needs to calibrate. Needs to lock in. Because this is a rough opening. So get the window. They won't get the window. They fake out the window. This is good moves here from the leader. Probably not going to get the swing. Going to have to... Oh, do you know what? Oh, he should have let him stun. That was rubbish. He really wanted to get the M1 hit. Should have just taken the injury. Now things are looking very grim. And it's another miss. Oh dear. He has a bit of a reputation, does Slinger, of being a bottle merchant. Not in the way that the Clown is a bottle merchant. He bottles the big occasion. Has some very good games in between tournaments. When the tournament rolls around, he falls to pieces. And it looks like the same might be happening here. He needs to lock it in. He needs to get a play. He needs to get a shot right now. But the leader is finding ways to deny. Very good stuff from them. Shot connects there. Maybe a bit fortunate. Gets the injury finally, but a gen has popped, and wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 pop in the next 10 seconds. Oh, maybe could have gone for the shot there if he was feeling more confident. Great shot. Okay. That's what you need. Looking for pain rares. Pain rares right in the middle. That'll have to be where he goes, if indeed he does get this hook, which he should be able to. Okay. It's a tough opening, no doubt about it. As you're looking for Dead Man Switch, over there, so you are certain a survivor that way lies. Oof. Going for the shot on Michonne, not quite landing that. And they've just got enough distance to do away with Slinger. He heads back. Big movement here, of course. Injury, not quite. Oof. And not able to get the shot thereafter. Maybe caught the edge of the torch there. Not finding the survivor. Oh, and that was an unfortunate hit. Things are looking damn grim. You might have to go back to the hook and try and take advantage of these situations if you're Slinger. As they get a gem. Which one? That one over there? Didn't even know that was a pressure point. Things going from bad to worse for Death Slinger. Can he get a shot before they get the window? Not quite. Reload. One hook state. Whispers of night around the killer camp here. To what degree is Slinger bottling it? Is he going to be able to bring this one back? It's a great shot. That's one that will silence the doubters for just a moment. Can he make anything else happen here? Quicker reload is good. Where does Steve go? Oof. The shot between the rock and the locker would have been audacious. Psychologically, Slinger's not in the market for such audacity. He's just trying to make things happen. The pallet there is a shame. Great shot, but he might be denied the M1 here. He is denied the M1. The boulders on the Stromo. So tough for Slinger. And just misses. Steve able to turn the corner. You know there's someone on this gen. You saw the aura of Gearhead just moments ago. Need a hook, need pain res, need grim embrace, need something to go his way. And it is the injured party. Which, good in some ways, bad in others. This will not give pain res. That could have been a shot there. You can tell how rattled he is. He's not taking these shots that he knows he can hit. Oh, and anticipating the dodge, it just doesn't happen. This Thalita has his number. Goes for the window. Makes it, doesn't make it. Shot comes through. And my lord, how he needed that. Needs to get a hook. But what are you hoping for here? Not that. Not a gem pop. What's this 3-gen like? Absolutely atrocious. About as bad as it could be. Big distance, one vertically. Oh. At the very least, Deadman switch keeps that gen stalled. They drop down immediately. Big opportunity here. Oh. And he's not rising to the occasion. He's not making these clutch shots that he really needs to make. There we go. Big question is, do you have a pain res hook? No. The pain res hook's almost perfectly situated away from Death Slinger here. Has to make do with this. In the end, pain res wouldn't have hit on that gen anyway. It remains blocked with Deadman switch. And there goes Grim Embrace. To double up here. Will that gen stay blocked after Grim Embrace? Regression there, okay. Heading back for the kick. You need this gem regressing. In some way. Scratch marks there. No idea where they've gone. Could have been just waiting around the corner in all sincerity. Going for a shot that is low percentage, but it allows Slinger to stay around the hook. And if you are Slinger now, you're probably thinking about ways to punish the unhook. Checking on the gen, it's still regressing. Okay, good stuff there. Great shot, okay. Thalita, who was maybe thinking about moving in for the save, is not able to do so now, but someone else is there. This would be a kill, so there are reasons to commit to this chase. You're just hoping that no one's on that gen over there. As they fall. Oh, and that's a shot that needed to connect. It was always going to be tough. The balanced landing speed. Lord Thalita there. Ah, and there goes the gem. Which one? That one, yep. The one that you knew could have been a pressure point. Okay, 3 hooks is not going to get it done against anyone whose name is not Knight. Slinger needs more here. And that shot will help. reload speed, very helpful. The free drop. Oh, and the miss. I get a kick. And it should be a very doable situation. Okay. The 4K at this point, exceptionally unlikely. What you're maybe hoping for a Slinger is that you can eke out some more hook stages with altruism. If they leave Cheryl on hook, it'll be a 6-hook game. Very unlikely to be enough. If you can maybe get another dying state from someone moving in for the save, and that's a good start. Needed the M1 there, gets it. With the reload speed, there is a real chance you can bring Steve in 2 on the hook in the end game. You know, it asks the question of the survivors. The unhook there. The gate hasn't been 99'd. There is time for Slinger. But that time is fading fast. Shot on the cards here. There it is. Okay, another hook. This will make it a 5-hook game. Again, not enough, but it's more about trying to incentivize the altruism. Playing it a bit riskily here. Trying to move into the ship for the hook. Gets it. Every hook just increases the percentage chance of Slinger coming home with a win or a tie. The percentage chance still mighty low, no doubt about it. As there's a very quick unhook. Unlikely that they're going to go to the gate to which Slinger has ambulated. More likely they're going to try and make a break for this gate over here. Steve way up ahead. What's the hope here? The only real hope is that you connect with a shot on Steve. Oh! And it was not a million miles away. Okay. Well, it's a shot on Cheryl. You take them as far away as you can. The stun is not what you needed. Maybe they get cocky on the line. Unlikely. GG. 5 hooks. Probably not going to be enough. Right, so 5 hook stages. It was 5 hook stages for Doctor. It was 5 for... Who did I just play as? Slinger. Good lord. Get me a CAT scan. Very beatable target for Oni. That was scary. That was scary. My brain just shut off for a moment there. There is, you know, a doable map. A very doable map for Oni. You sometimes see quite lengthy games here as survivors are, without aura reading, unable to find their gens as quickly as they otherwise would. Oni, of course, hugely benefits from an over-long game state. Vault there. Okay. Would really like an early dying state here. Already has a significant bit of progress. Right, 1 are forced to burn. Okay, what Oni would have done, if the opportunity were available, was allow Ace to vault back and forth a few times and get a fair few blood orbs from that. It is what it is. Reasonably quick hook. Should be enough blood orbs here to get the power. Indeed there is. Burning the paddle there, and then send out the Demon Dash, see what you can do. This could be a very, very good early stage play. Big movement here. Okay, get a kick. Ideally, you don't want to do that. Don't want to do that while in Demon Dash, but there's reasons to. You get Pop Goes a Weasel. You find someone like that. All of a sudden, you're loving life. Okay, get the hook here. Come out of power. Keep the progress up to this point. Another Pop Goes a Weasel kick. Very good stuff. Go back to where you were chasing Ace, because there's a real chance you can get your power back very quickly. Never mind. Saga has been discovered and gives up. You can't give away something like that. Heads in, hands in the Deathslinger camp. They can't believe what they're seeing. Such a rough game for them, and everything is falling into the Oni's lap here. You got the power, you're going to send it. Ace goes for the unhook. Should be a very, very convenient dying stick coming up. Maybe hoping for a bit more of a body block from V there. Doesn't get it. Another immediate hook. As it looks like it might be V. Going for the unhook here, it will be. Endurance hit. Get the blood orbs while you're at it. Just keep on V. Why not? You know there's no DS. None of that stuff going on. After the unhook, the conspicuous action. Pallet here, just one mistake and then it's Oni's. Oof. Yeah, so often survivors follow the rule of 3. I do it as well. You don't vote first time, you don't vote second time, you do vote third time. It's something of an established meta at this point. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work there for V. Great start for Oni. He's now tied it. One more hook stage and he's got the win. He's got the 3 points and then he's simply playing for hook differential. Can he find anyone? Kate has had nothing short of a leisurely game up to this point. Oni really maybe trying to find her. Maybe not too fast. There you go. The leisure cruise comes to an end. It'll be another hook, and this will, assuming it goes through, and it shall, it's a win for the Oni. Very simple. He now plays for hook differential, alone for potential playoff implications, tiebreaker implications. What an absurd start. Just goes to show how different some of these killer games can be, and it all depends on the start that you have. Only damn near back to having that power again. A few blood orbs and he's got it. Gem pop here. Pallet here, they move around. Get the power out there, why not? Okay, not how he drew it up. Bit embarrassing. And the game isn't over. So really can't be affording too much more of those sorts of plays. Hold on. How surprising. Okay, well. A very decent play there. Oni's got to go elsewhere. Scratch marks. Heading away from the gen. There's Kate. There's Ace. There's a dying state. And that will be Death Hook. Hello? They wanted a torch save. They've been dissuaded by Oni's little turn and glance. Oh! Swing and a miss. No matter. There's the hook. Was that another gen? What went on? There was a very gen completion-like noise, but it might have been just a swing of the sword. Not 100% sure. Where'd you go, actually? The nearest hook has been used. I'm going to try and go for basement. Should be able to make it happen. Someone must have vaulted there. Some very strange blood orbs floating above the stairs. Okay. No reason not to get some aura reading out there. And gem pops. Well then, no prizes for guessing where Oni's going. It's a game of follow the scratch marks. We can all get behind a game as simple as that. Right, so Kate presumably going into basement. Really no need to slug at this point. Well, maybe you would. It is a one-gen game after all. This thing is not over. Although 2 survivors left and with surefire intel on where the remaining 2 lie, maybe it is close to being over. A vault there. Fleeing the scene, there's Kate. Kate is a good choice here. Gives Oni time to locate Oh, unlucky, unlucky. Gives only time to locate Saga after getting the hook. It's a decent tile, you've got to kick. The pallet in close proximity to the window. Almost punished it, did Oni. Okay, going for the window here. Surely we'll commit. Yeah. Get the power. There it is. Get the hook. And then Demon Dash around here. Now remember, there is no hatch offering, essentially, because there's no killer shack. Hatch could be anywhere. Saga has been very evasive so far this game. So there's every chance that Oni might have to hope that he finds hatch first. Okay. That is indeed if Saga doesn't go for the unhook, which they well might. Going around in circles. Okay, not giving up here. They could be in a locker. Probably very wise to be in a locker. Could they be in this locker? Worth a look. Worth a look. There goes the power. Okay. Well, it is going to be a hatch game. Can Oni get lucky? Is hatch here? No. Walk through the middle. It's the difference between 11 hook stages and 12 hook stages. Oni's got the win regardless. Oh, but it's always nice to have as many hooks as you can. And he gets reasonably lucky finding hatch there. Is Saga set up on a gate? Yes, they are! Sorry. Apologies. It's GG. It's 12 hook stages. It's a very clean game from Oni. A very beatable score, and the 5 hook total of Slinger has been absolutely ground into the dirt. 12 hook stages. Away we go. Hold on, hold on. Ooh, no wonder? What does that mean? What do you mean, ooh, no wonder? How dare you? Did you all play? Ooh, no wonder. I've been oohed. Better luck next time. Right, up to the spreadsheet. Oni gets the full 12 hook stages and the win. What a start to their campaign. 3 points from it. Slinger, his first loss of the tournament after a pretty dire game. So Oni currently has top spot of Group F, and will hold on to top spot of Group F if it is a draw between Houndmaster and Cenobite. If not, the winner of this matchup will take, for the 4-point sole possession, top spot of Group F. RPD for the Houndmaster. Okay, maybe not ideal, but certainly... Thank you. Maybe not ideal, but certainly doable for the Houndmaster here. An early search on the gen over yonder could be profitable. There's Gen moving up here. Okay, let the dog do its thing. Take this chase. To go downstairs. And there's someone around here as well. So, opportunity for an injury. They don't burn the pallet. Dramaturgy. It could be exposed. Seem like double haste. They seem very fast indeed. It must have been double haste. Still. Good situation here. Do this purely for the speed boost. And big lunge there. Now, a couple of injured parties right ahead. You might go after Dwight here. You'll get a little bit of speed boost. That's perfect. Good stuff. And if Houndmaster can briefly slug here, they might be able to get another dying state here. They've fled the scene. Okay. She's going to take her hook, and well-earned it is as well. Great start for Houndmaster. Going to go for pain res here. Would have been great for middle hook with pain res. As it stands, it's not a bad pain res distribution. to get dog out there. Hold on. Because you've got pain res blocking that gen. This could be very good indeed. I'm going to send Snug out again for a search. Houndmaster has had far more value from the searches than the chases, and it's the same again there. Unbelievable stuff from her. So, 2 hooks. And Painter's upstairs. Well worth it. Well worth it to keep the early game on her side. Should be able to get this before a single gen's popped. What a start. Start as you mean to continue. No shades of the night for the Houndmaster here, although that was a bit rubbish. Okay, on the gen. Not K, sorry, it's Fung Min. There is no K's here. Jagged Compass doing some great work as well. Knowing that that is the furthest long gen, although this one's not too far behind. Send that. Now, that might be a really good mind game. They'll keep on moving, and they might move into our waiting arms here. Yes, they will. Good stuff from Snug. What worked really well for Houndmaster with that play in particular is, as they don't go for the pallet there, they forgot where it was. Dead hard. Don't know what went on there. What worked really well is that Snug then moved around, followed them over to the Houndmaster, which sold the mind game even more. Is that going to get the pallet stun too early on the pallet stun? Everything going right for the Houndmaster here. This is outrageous stuff. As you are trying to get Snug through here, maybe over to that gen to get more distance on the search. Big movement here, going to kick that to stop it. Back upstairs, that's still regressing. And Snug's search was delayed, which is kind of good. Because it keeps the trail in play for that bit longer. Anyone on that gen? No, so head back. Just absolutely sensational stuff here from the Houndmaster. This gen's still regressing, this one's still regressing. Locker play from Fung Min. A very strange move there. Aiming to be punished for Houndmaster. Put Snug there, might scare them. There you go. And even putting Snug there, the zoning potential of Snug is not to be discounted. Even when not in chase mode, survivors will still want to avoid Snug, and the Houndmaster is really using that to her benefit here. It's going to be another pain res before a single gen has popped. Jagged Compass shows us that they have moved gens now. Over to this one up here, getting Snug over there to it. Get the pallet kicked. And away she goes. Killer Instinct. Oh, there's also big gen movement here. Okay. Getting that kicked. Moving over. You see the survivors drop down. Oh. Every bit of good fortune going the way of Houndmaster here. Just happens to discover injured Cheryl. Snug didn't fully search there, which is a bit strange. Aside from that, things are going spectacularly well. Gotta be a pallet burn here. That's unbelievable restraint to not throw that. And see again, Snug is just a destabilizing factor in these chases. Getting value where they really shouldn't be. Skull Merchant now. Skull Merchant. Where's Skull Merchant come from? Skull Merchant's here with a steel chair. By God. No, Houndmaster is doing tremendous work. And looking to keep the pressure up here. One gen has popped. One pain res token left. I'm not actually sure who has that pain res token. It could be one of the Fungs, or maybe it was Cheryl. Regardless, taking the chase here. There's been a bit of a lull, especially relative to how unbelievably quick the game has been so far. This is a lull for sure. Immediate vault is what Houndmaster predicts. And indeed it is the case. You got no quarter as well. No, sorry, all shaking thunder as well. So a big lunge through the pallet. She is doing everything right. right now. They go through to their final hook stage. It's a 3-survivor game. Dwight on second hook here. Typewriter room for Fung. Injury there. Just an embarrassment of riches for the Houndmaster. Tough to see a way back for the team. You might now be looking ahead to the hatch situation. And bear in mind, RPD is another one of those that doesn't have a killer shack. So they drop down immediately. Could it be another exemplary mind game from the Houndmaster? We'll see. We'll see. Are they panicking? They were panicking. They were panicking. And gotta be a drop here. Move around. They vault back. GG. Oh, and there's Fung. Okay. You could slug this in all sincerity. You really could. But what you're doing is you're keeping Fung away from both unhooks here. Keeping the game in front of you. Do they manage to circle around, or are they doubling back? Is that no scratch marks, or did they actually run in the opposite direction? They got the unhook. Don't know how they managed that. There's the injury. Death on hook for Dwight. There you go. Just no countering Houndmaster in the midst of a trail on those situations. Is this a famous token? Or was it Cheryl? It was Cheryl. Well, there you go. No matter. Just maybe a chance for Killer Instinct there. No, okay. Right, so as it stands, it's 10 hook stages. Very likely that, obviously, they're not going to get 3 gens, so 11 hook stages in the bag here. It all comes down to whether you can deny hatch. A lot of the World Cup does come down to that. It is a key skill for these killers.
Find me a rat.
And again, just hoping to spy some killer instincts.
Return!
Okay, and it will be a hatch game. Maybe try and... Oh, well, that's not where you wanted Stuck to go. Oh! You hear hatch. Does Fung hear hatch? No. Okay, Houndmaster does have some very good gate denial here. Ooh, and no way out. Works in that regard as well. Incredibly clutch. Okay. So as long as you find the survivor here and the scratch mark's very easy to follow, this should be a secured 4K. Oh, they've done well. They've done well to hide their scratch marks. Exactly what they need to do. If you're going to have any chance here, you've got to lose the Houndmaster. I'm very surprised they managed it. They go upstairs. Okay, very well played. Thankfully, they've been discovered again. But they've vacated the premises again. There they are. Okay. Honestly, they did about as well as they possibly could there. The killer instinct, very important. And at this stage, you really are just buying time if you're Houndmaster. The gates are unblocked. Whiff there. And just a fake out with snug security injury. There's no time for the gate. So that will be all she wrote for this one. GG. They'll get a pallet, and they probably will deny the hook here. Ooh, they don't burn it. Just for completeness. There's the hook. GG. Chance of pet. Yep. Come on. There you go. Lovely stuff for Houndmaster. A job well done. 12 hook stages. Cenobite steps up to the plate. Cenobite's been plonked in Wreckers. Fine. Maybe a bit expansive for Cenobite to truly get down to business. We will see. Okay. One thing you really want to do as Cenobite, and it can be the difference between winning and losing. Find whoever's on the box, disrupt them, and repeat that process. Have as much chain hunt as you can possibly have. Really thought they'd be in the doorway. Good play from Lisa. Doubles back. There's the gate. Are you close enough? They're right there. Okay. Probably not going to disrupt them. Probably a good call just to stay on Lisa. Going for a gateway here. Just didn't quite get the gateway around the lorry. But able to get a dying state. And is it too early for a Painless hook? You don't think so. You don't think so. For all you know, Sybil and V have a gen at 50 or 60. This could be a very good pain res. In fact, it might be this gen right here. It is. And it has some movement. That's Sybil. And there's Michaela. Good M1. Gem movement there. Gateway up ahead. And good play. Okay. Erase this pallet, presumably. Good move. Dying state there. Decent moonwalk. The aura reading, obviously. Important. That was the lens add-on there. Getting that done. Or the mirror. Is it a lens or a mirror, the purple add-on? Regardless, it gets the job done. So, a good start for Cenobite. The start he would have been hoping for when facing a total such as the 12 hook stages. You need a good start, and he's got it here. Lisa might be giving away a hit here. Does. Sybil taking aggro. Someone else booning. There was not a lot of gem progress right now. Oh, in fact, it was Sybil booning. Okay. Oh. Needed to keep a tight line around the tree there. Unfortunate. Although Lisa takes an odd line. The box over there. Any chance of disrupting it? Oh! It was such a good effort. Just maybe a few inches above the head. Deary me, that was close. There's SV, and there's the injury. And they burn the pallet. They just didn't hesitate there, and that was enough to send the gateway flying. For Cenobite here, needs to get the gateway pretty much on the survivor. And that makes, exactly like that, that makes the hit thereafter. Pretty perfunctory, as there's the aura reading. So good. This add-on might be a little bit slept on for my money. It's one of the better ones that Cenobite has. If you are, of course, denying yourself the iridescence. Okay. Pain res over here, is that makeable? Cenobite certainly thinks so, and I think he's right. Moving over there, it will be a second pain res token.
Oh, please. No tears. They are a waste.
For a single gen has completed. Plaything is there for 3 survivors. Deadlock still to look forward to. Pentimento should the totems begin being cleansed. Lots to like here if you're Cenobite. There's a boon over here that you maybe do want to get rid of as well, and especially because it takes you past this pressure point you do want to keep on top of. Okay. We've got sufficient enough distance here that I think you just do some management here if you're Cenobite. Kick the gem, snuff the boon. Take a sip. Honestly, you've earned it. Ooh. Big gem movement over here. Strafing along this Cenobite. Can't get too confident here. There's still a game to be played and a very high score required. One thing you do like is that you do have Killer Shack. So should it come to a hatch, don't want to speak too prematurely, but should it come to a hatch situation, you have the means to deny. As they're going to try and get the heal, and they do. Going after Michaela. Just checking to see that V wasn't hanging around by the hook. Giving up, because you definitely want to take advantage of that situation if it presents itself. Okay. Should force a pallet burn here. It does. The chain's still on them. Michaela has been absolutely ruined by the chains there. Oh, what an unfortunate gateway that you really expect to connect if you're Cenobite. And you're not going to disrupt that box. Unfortunately, could be an opportunity here for the M1. Not quite going to get it. There you go. Nice and easy. And this... I'm trying to think. This could be another pain res, but is this the time for pain res? Well, unfortunately, there's no non-pain res hooks near enough, so somewhat forces the issue. And you know what? It wasn't the worst pain res. This gen is moving. Lisa and Sybil are inseparable. Do you think it's a duo? I think it's very likely to be a duo. They're certainly playing like it. Look at this. It's another blood pack haste situation. Oh, my lord. Not the first time we've seen that. Look at how quick they were there. No wonder they're staying together. Deary me, needs to get the gateway out there to disrupt it. Cenobite does have the counter. Needs to use it. Good connection. Oh, but if they're together, they can get rid of the chains to one another. That makes a lot of sense as well. Deary me. It's an unbelievable synergy that we're seeing. Oh, and you can't find a way to make that connect. Really needed to. Let's not get it twisted. It's still a very, very good game state for Cenobite, but it's not a one thing yet. At the very least, if you're Cenobite, you're happy to be chasing two people and keeping them away from the gens. But needless to say, injury there. Needless to say, you don't want to play into this too much. Good gateway. Very good gateway through the wall. Sybil comes back, breaks the chains. I think this has to be a slug situation. You've got to get both people on hook, and if you do so, you could really start to bring this game back. Good stuff. Right, and then try and cut them off by going through the lorry. No pallet here. And this could be... Oh, she wrote it. They go window. Please go window. Nice. You needed that. Okay. They have now moved away. Check on this gen. Saw V working on it earlier. Okay, so you've broken up the fellowship with that one. Is there any chance you can disrupt the box? Oh, getting so close with those long range gateways. It's a tunnel opportunity. No doubt about it. Okay, damn shame they managed to get a quick vault. You need to break up the duo. You really, really do. Going after Sybil here is a good way of making that happen. They get some massive distance from that. Great gateway. Is that just holding onto the box? This is very surprising. A strange way to go... Hang on, no. What's happening here? Why are you getting the box? The box is not in play right now. A bug? Presumably. Feels almost unfair to go after them. Oh, the medium vault. Okay. Not even a medium vault, a slow vault. Another chain there. Oh, good vault from Lisa. Is Sybil nearby giving the haste bonus? Quite possibly. It's very disruptive, the aura there. And Sybil back on injury. 2 injured parties. You force them away from one another, which is very important. That one won't quite connect. They did have the box. Deary me, I can barely keep up with what's going on here. It's one of the most confusing and disorienting games of Killer I've ever seen. And the strangest thing is, Cenobite is still in a tremendously good position here. But you wouldn't know it. Oh dear, especially not with gateways like that. Right, the chain hunt, the box. They did have the box. Goodness gracious me. Okay. Just allow yourself a way to get out of this room. Pain res, unfortunately, not available. Yeah, the only thing not going on is the gems. It's a 3-survivor situation. Thank God it's a 3-survivor situation. Cenobite looking to close this thing down. The duo again. Utilising their haste, moving away. The gateway in such a good position, but not able to get the finishing touch. It's an aggravating game for Cenobite. More aggravating than you would imagine a game state like this to be. Have they got far enough apart that they don't get the haste anymore? They crew drop there. And they're back together again. Oh. You gotta leave them. You gotta leave them. Go after V. This is very strange. I do not know what's... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's aggravating for Cenobite here. And again, it shouldn't be. He's doing unbelievably well, but little things are proving very, very irksome. Oh, not hitting with the gateways. Doubling back. Should be an injury here. It will be. Gateway on them. Good gateway. Oh! Moving around the tires. Getting on them once more. Oh, Jesus. And a gem pops. And listen, there is real tilt going on here. Not able to enjoy the fantastic game state that he has, just because of so many weird things happening here. Don't get dead harded if you're Cenobite. You wait it out just a little bit, and you get the grab. What an awful bug, by the way. What an awful, atrocious bug. What an awful lack of hooks as well. He'll have to go basement, and he will make basement. And up they go. The fear here is that the two who are left standing are the speedy duo with the haste perks. This could still be a very irritating endgame situation for Cenobite. What you want to do is make sure the gens are not completed anytime soon. Get a Pentimento totem out there. Going to follow that up with another. Just check gas station for any scratch marks. Doesn't see any. Moves over to the other cleansed totem. As there goes another jet. One thing you know almost for a fact is that Lisa and Sybil will be together. So try and put yourself between them and basement. Doesn't look like they're heading that way. Deadlock on Killer Shack. And there they go. Okay. It is nothing short of hilarious. Okay, nice line taken. Lisa has kind of split up a little bit here. Is it the breaking of the Fellowship? Sybil around here. Great chain. Necessary chain. Great injury. Sybil, running interference. Gateway has to hit Lisa. It won't. Honestly, that's kind of okay as well. Does any of those chains connect? Yes. So an injury here. Okay, and that's exactly what you needed. Now, apart, they are far less powerful. Together they are strong. Apart, they are near powerless. So we wanna keep on them here. Gateway connects. Dying state here. Okay. A hook, finally.
I'll tear your soul.
And you did spy Lisa hanging around somewhere over here. Listening out for an injury noise, and there they are, on Shack. Sybil, no doubt, trying to give up as quickly as possible to give Lisa a chance at hatch. He's still got time, has Cenobite, so can try and go in on the dying state. Big decision here. If they go window, can't do anything. GG.
Now
Oh.
you must come with
And
me.
thus ends a near farcical game of Dead by Daylight in which Cenobite has done enough to match the total of a Houndmaster. 12 hook stages, 4K. Shut the hatch. GG, well played. Cenobite matches Houndmaster's total. So, Houndmaster has been perfect, but unfortunately only has 2 points to her name because the Cenobite there has matched her. So, sorting Group F by points and hooks. Both descending. Oni, with a game in hand, has the top spot. Houndmaster and Cenobite joint second place. Slinger in fourth. Billy on bottom, but also has a game in hand. It will be Blight versus Singularity. Okay, well, do you know what? Blight put in the suffocation pit right next to a door. Very little time investment to do that. And maybe go for a rush right into the middle to see what he can do. No move there. Trying to turn the corner. Does. Ooh! And immediately finds someone trying to swing around the rock. A bit of an audacious play there. And V pleased to see. And quite a wait until you get your rushes back. So... Ooh, hold on. Bit of panic there, bit of confusion. Blood Favor in play. Oh, not quite able to turn the corner, but Blood Favor should make it so that the dying state happens. Although Blood Favor has passed, so they get to this, they're taking a poor line, so it'll be a dying state. Ooh. Almost punished for his inefficiencies there was Blight, but good dying state. Alright, back to the middle. Ooh, 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 hang on. Movement to the left. Go around. Go back. Okay, Arella. Moving over to the hook. And doubling back. Well, this is a good situation. You're always happy when you can chase a survivor with another survivor on the hook. The injury there, Blood Favor in play, the rushes. Could be a quick dying state here. It will be. It will be. There's your first of our hope stack. Hopefully the first of many for Blight here. It is a strong, quick start, starting as he means to go on. Just a hook. And vague scratch marks heading this way. There's Maria. The injured party may also be here. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, gem movement over there. Oh, good move. In all sincerity, a great move from V there. And another one to evade the M1. There's your second stack of our hope. Kicking the gen, keeping on them. Just got them with the moonwalk there. Very good. Now a rush. Do they have any time to respond to something like this? Going around the tile. Well played from Blight. Well played. Had a sense of what kind of line they'd be taking. So this could be, if all goes to plan here, maybe trying for the distant hook over here. The third stack of our hope. A gen pops, but if you can start getting those exposed hits as Blight, things might start going your way very, very quickly. The unhook over here, you know that gen is a pressure point. No one here right now. No movement there either. Checking out the two gens in this corner. No movement there. How about this one? Certainly going to try and get this pallet done. Okay. So if you Blight, is there any reason to vacate these premises? Maybe you are worried about that totem. There's the unhook. That was Devour Hope. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. There is Undying, but Undying just so happened to protect Blood Favor rather than Devour Hope. And listen, it is good to have Blood Favor still in play, but you were maybe hoping for a bit of an easy win condition with Devour. Okay. Good vault from Maria. They sense that Blight is going to try and do a lot of moonwalking here, a lot of doubling back. Nice. And now with Blood Favor, you're feeling good about moves like that. Playing in a little bit of a hell for leather kind of manner. And that'll be one hook on everyone. No perks that really benefit from that, however. You really want to start maybe focusing on getting a survivor out of here. If you fly, totem. All the way back there, huh? That's Pentimento, in fact. And you lose a gen over there. Okay, a lot of indecision from Blight, not sure of where to go, and in the end hasn't really put pressure on anyone or anything. Could there be a chance that you get the totem and then hide in a locker? Worth testing. Okay. Bit of movement there, not too much. Nor is there a lot left. And movement here, and great injury on Arella. They had sprint burst, but the rush, enough to counter that. Going all the way through the building. Vault round this side. Going for this pallet. They'll make it. Vault back. Oh, on the third. Nice. The rule of three. We use it as survivor, and these killers know all about it in this tournament. Get the hit, rush. Blood Favor. Just the briefest of slugs here to keep pressure on the gens. Oh, a shame that wasn't Blood Favors. Keep pressure on the gens. And to accrue more injuries, because this game state is mighty precarious. The pallet trinity, exactly. Right, so get this gem regressing. Injured V went this way. Did they keep on going over here? A chance for sure. Big gem movement here. No one around. Big gem movement here. Again, no one around. Okay. They might have gone to Shaq, you know. But Blight not really feeling like Shaq is where he wants to be, and it's tough to argue with him. Ooh, hello. V. Around the left. That is so close. It shouldn't be too punishing, that miss. But my god, you can't get much closer than that. One of the closest whiffs I've ever seen. Okay. Honestly, no reason not to keep up the pressure. Trying to deny the heal on hook. And... oh, it's a shame. But the path just opened up there, and that's where Blight goes. It's a DC. And it'll be the first kill. Ideally was looking for V. But the opportunity to make it a 3-survivor game does make things a damn bit more winnable. Seems that V may have given up here. Perhaps understandable, it has been a very dominant game for Blight. Okay. There's the totem. Oh, again, a very, very tough whiff. Totem cleansed. Gives you intel on V. V, a great survivor to chase here. Gives you time to deny hatch on Maria. And they're going to get that pallet moving around. Not too worried about time spent in chase here. Just kind of brute forcing this pallet as Blight. Dead hard after all that? No. So, look over here. And then all eyes on Maria. Ooh! Great timing if you can find Maria here. Pops the gen. No scratch marks. There she goes. Where? That could be Shadow Step for all we know. Yes, the unhook. Unbelievable. Hi. So sorry. So sorry. It's the World Cup, and in the World Cup we slammed the door on Whimsy. But that was tough to watch. The tambourine greeted by the lethal rush. Okay, so can't rest for even a moment. Hatch to be denied here. Ooh. There's a world in which they got Hatch while Blight was recovering from the rush. Okay. Theoretically, Blight is a great killer to deny gates with. Oh! Blight had no notion he was in chase until the Philharmonic kicked off. GG. GG. The assist from the chase music there. Legitimately, if that chase music didn't happen, Blight's heading to the other gate. Maybe there's a play to be made for Maria. Bit of a game audio assist. GG's. A bit of a ruthless game here. A very dominant win. Singularity has to get the 4K. Home field advantage for Singularity. Toba landing. Alright. And I think this is a pretty good map for Singularity here. Lots of opportunities for weird biopods. And, you know, the biopods blend in rather extraordinarily on a map like this. Can you even get one, like, up here? Yeah, you can. Look at that. Who's paying attention to a biopod like that, you know? Biopod there. Looking for some slipstream opportunities. And great teleport there. Just threading the needle between the boulders. And... oh! They burn Shack Pallet. Singularity gets the injury regardless. And no need to teleport there. There's your dying state. Wow. That is about as strong an opening as you could conceive of as killer. Shack Pallet done. Really quick dying state. Add to that, you know, a slipstream on a Rella, so multiple slipstreams in play. This is patently absurd. Big gem movement there. Gotta move over. Good stuff on the slipstream. For the teleport. Gets it. Pre-drop. No matter. Overclock mode still in play. Pass with another teleport. Should force a pre-drop here. Absolutely devouring these pallets. Never mind. There's the injury. Sable right there. Has Sable given up? Should be a drop here. Okay. Doubling back. Big gem movement. Oh, not quite able to put pressure on, but can teleport. Just. Could be a grab. Oh, they just get the gem. Well done, Aurelia. Good, strong commitment there. The kind of stuff I could only dream about in my solo queue games. Gotta reward it. Gotta applaud it. That's a dying state. Okay, still a very, very, very strong game. The Singularity. Although, you know, considering how amazing the start was, maybe a bit disappointed to have not got more out of it. Can you put Firepod up there? Remains to be seen. Sable's here! Sable certainly was here. Firepod up there. Certainly heard the injury cries. There's Arella. Wrong place, wrong time. Do they get the vault? They do. Okay, credit to them. Upstairs. That force you down here. Hopefully right into the waiting arms of Singularity. They didn't go that way. They go the other way. Get the overclock out there. Looking for an injury here. And Singularity gets it. Big gem movement. Just have a glimpse. Well worth the kick. Well worth the kick. Maybe potentially looking at some machine learning value in the near future. Good teleport. Not a lot you can do with your V there. Should be another hook. And certainly worth looking into basement if your Singularity. Maybe even setting up a nearby biopod.
Stop squabbling, unit.
Biopod right there could be good to guard the stairs. Excuse me, Singularity, please. Talking over just some horrendous BM from the Singularity. Sable goes for a blind. I think that's a very audacious play. We'll see if it works out for them. Certainly attracted the ire of Singularity here, so it will be an injury. And they're trying to make a basement play happen? Surely not. You'll be trading basement, which you love. Can you make it even more here? You can probably get the endurance hit. That'll be all. Okay, back down you go. If there's a head-on play here, I'll give you the money myself.
Gene secured.
Right, get out of there. So it's still a good start for the Singularity. Not as good, again, as you were maybe hoping for. Do they drop down preemptively? They do. Teleport. Oh, just gets it. What a great long-range teleport from Singularity there. Oh, and they just get the pre-drop. That's a shame. Much, much better if you could find a way to get that pallet stunned on you in no-pot mode, but it is what it is. They'll want to vault here. They do not double back. Great burn of the pallet. Oh, they just get away. Pre-drop, surely. Kick. Injury there. What do you do now if you're near Carlson? Overclock. Quick teleport. And oh, the timing on that was beyond ruinous. And lose out on the slipstream here. They stop and start. Oh. And they almost gave up the dying state with that stop-start maneuver. It was still the dying state. Sable again, go for a torch save. Unbelievably risky for the Death Hook survivor. 5 hooks in play. Still lots to do as we reassess here. Getting Sable out this game would be very, very important. You've got machine learning haste. You've got machine learning unstectability. That gets you an injury. Chance here of getting more besides. 8% haste, nothing to sniff at for Singularity, and that'll be a dying state. Yeah, Pop goes a weasel out there. Big gem regression. 3 survivor situation. Can you spy any survivors? Big movement up there. Gotta put a stop to that. Injury. Ooh, the temptation to go after them. Palpable. Oh, good play from them to double back. Probably the right call from Singularity there. Kicking the gen, getting Pop Goes a Weasel out there. Should buy them a little bit of time. Do they vault? They do. Dead hard? No.
All things will succumb to my desire.
It's looking like it could be a very, very interesting matchup here. 7th hook. Gen movement here. Gonna get Pop Goes a Weasel again. That is looking like an exceptionally good perk choice for Singularity. Firepod. Oh, not quite able to turn around and get the infection. However, you're probably still happy with this chase if you're Singularity. Chasing the healthy party forces the injured party to go in for the save, a save they probably don't want to make. And no vault there, running around, so it should be an injury. That's a great fake out from Morella Rose. Unbelievable stuff. There's your injury. Better late than never. Is that them then going for the save? It might be. And the trade is not bad here. No, it was V who self-healed. Sprint burst. But in all sincerity, I don't know if you love that play. It's a kill. Unless it's DS or a torch save. It isn't. Oh, they just played it. They were relying way too much on sprint burst there.
Prepare to become something better.
All of a sudden, you get enough because a weasel kick. Oh, but you can go for the dying state here. Dead hard? No. Dying state there. Pop goes a weasel kick. Could be looking to wrap this up. Finishing touches being applied. Hook here.
Gene integrity, 78%.
Can't go to that hook, of course. There is one right over here. It all comes down to if you can find V. Great camera angle, this. Okay, don't want to give away anti-camp, however. That's what you want. You want those two really high up fire pods. This will do. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Have a look here. No movement. Have a look here. Just acres and acres of vision. If you Singularity, you are maybe looking ahead to a potential hatch game. Maybe set yourself up here. It will be a hatch game. Oh. Still important here. You go. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Waiting for hatch. Blocking them out. Where is it? Where's it going to spawn? No! Oh! We knew it would happen at some point and it happens there. Unbelievable work from V. Singularity caught in two minds. Do they get the dying state or do they just try and outpace them on shutting the hatch? They go for the latter and it doesn't work. Wow, wow, wow. Just like that. V. Bunyasak has robbed Singularity of a point. And Blight takes home all three. Ridiculous. That's 10 hook stages, I think, for the Singularity there. So, Blight in the win column. 24 hooks to his name. Singularity first game, and it is an agonizing 10 hook loss. After that excitement, we go now to Wraith versus Onryo. Yamaoka for Wraith. Doable. Very doable. Okay. So here he goes. Very good early patrol. Ooh, and someone not AFK, but not quite ready to start proceedings. Ah, that's an injury that you're upset doesn't quite go through. Or indeed a lack of an injury. Gotta be a drop. Oh god, it was, but you take the stun as Wraith and you can't be doing that. Okay. Kick the pallet and move on. That's not the start you want to see. Maybe clean up the other pallet while you're at it. Bit of movement here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Right, Ace. Alright, concerning for sure. And the board already reviewing the footage to take a view here. Very strange behaviour from Ace. We'll wait and see what's to come of this game. But as it stands, a good early hook. Nice little move. Faking around the right. Approaching through the pallet. Enough to get the injury on Sable. There's your reading. There's Predator. And that's why it's so good. That's why it's so good on Wraith. And another hook. Right, so it looks like, I'm hearing back, it looks like a lot depends on how Ace plays from this point on. If Ace were just to give up... Okay. Alas, I'm hearing from the board, of course, the board. The game is null and void. Ace, from the start, did not put up a sporting effort. It will be a redo for the Wraith. A shame. A big shame. Wraith. In the Withered Isle, the Walking Dead map, it's a good map for any killer. And it seems like it could be a fantastic map for Wraith. He still has to get about his business. And it's a bit like icing the kicker. Had a game earlier, was ruled null and void due to weird happenings, non-participation from Ace Visconti. Do you know what? They've taken an exceptional line there. There will be an injury. So, has to go again. Can't let it affect him. Oh, Killer Shack pallet burn almost immediately. That's great news for Wraith. It says gem movement there. Injury for Lara. And V in Shack as well. You could have a situation here with 4 injuries. Well played by V. They were not fooled by Wraith. They vote immediately. Lara up ahead. Double pallet situation. Get a kick here. Force them away. Uncloak window there. Nice. Anticipated the vault back. Countered it well. First hook. We'd love to get pain res here. How are your pain res spawns? Oh, hello. One right here. Hello. Almost gave away a free hit there, did V. Does get the blind eventually. Sorry about the noise, by the way. Low-flying jets. Military maneuvers. I've always said this. World War III could be kicking off. I wouldn't know. Here we go. Gem movement here. Quentin, who alas has healed. And has sprint burst. Okay. No pallet here. That might be a bit ruinous. Oh, they do Volt. Unfortunate there. Predator was giving good intel, but the aura reading just ended as they committed to Volt, so not able to work out if they would or wouldn't. Right, so they've got one more Volt available. They're going to get over here. There's the injury. They want to stay on this tile. Okay, Rig's very happy with that. You could even... Predator's on cooldown, so maybe stay uncloaked. And that should be all she wrote for Quentin. Nice. Another pain res, if at all possible. It's more than possible. It's very, very, very easy and achievable. Okay, pain res. Not on this gen. So there is a further along gen somewhere out there. This V has been very confident with that torch. Got the blind after the hook and gets the injury there. Cloak, Predator, in play. Really, really good. Gives you intel that they are just looking to flee the scene, get ahead of them here. And that's not great because they can still vault. However, with the uncloaked speed, they get the pallet. They do. It's still a 5-gen situation. You can't be too unhappy about it if you're Wraith, but there's something about this team, something about their spirit, something about the way they're playing this that just has you a little bit concerned. Certainly can't let down his guard, while accepting that yes, it is a very good game state as it stands. Healing on hook. Going after Lara. Fine. Giving away the hit there, cloaking. Doing the little things right, trying to get cloaked and uncloaked as quickly as possible. Could be an immediate vault back. No, they keep on going. They've learnt from their previous chase, the previous situation. The frame skip there was nasty, and that's thrown Wraith all over the place. They're going to get the window. Hold, 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 hold. Come back. Wraith keeps on doing that. And Lara has grown accustomed to it. Unbelievable. Now get back to the window with that. At this point, just commit if you're Wraith. And does Bloodlust get you the hit? It doesn't. Ooh, this is the kind of chase that loses you games, but Wraith just somehow not moving away. Lara gets the pallet. This is how you lose games. The Wraith camper screaming in his headset, Wraith, go to someone else. Wraith seems stun-locked. Keeping on Lara here, can't do anything else, hoping that they vault. They will. And it will be a dying state, but my god, how much did he commit to that? A gem pops. Another might. And what did we say? There just seemed to be something about this team that belied the ostensible, brilliant game state that he was enjoying. Quentin Smith. Sprint burst. Sprint burst versus lunge. The teabag. An intriguing move. Ooh, trying to go for a swing through the window. Was that is that the Wraith being rattled, or is that a genuine, earnest attempt at an injury? Hard to say. They're doing really good stuff around these double windows, and Wraith is letting them have it by taking some really rubbish lines. However, Predator bringing it to a close. Okay. So you've got Quentin, who will be on Death Hook, assuming Wraith finds a hook for him. You've got Lara in Death Hook. You may be, at this point, with 2 gens left, 2 schools of thought. Do you try and maximize pain rares, or do you try and get someone out of the game? You certainly wouldn't say no, were you to find Lara. As that'll be V. Kicking the pallet is Wraith. As V gets the window, he just doesn't want to be on that tile again. So they get the heal. They do not. Oh, and it's only an endurance here. Had to swing. Had to swing when he did. As Lara burns pallet. Oh, goes for the vault. They're finding ways to make the right plays at the right time. You would accept if for instance, the injured V were to take a hit for Lara, you'd accept that in a heartbeat. Just to get pain res out there, but as it stands, no hits being taken. But not quite able to close down the gap. Yes, he will. Just. Oh, big gem movement here. Do they commit? They do not. Sprint burst. Sprint burst. What a game it would have been for... Ooh, it's V! Never mind what I was saying. V! Going for the heal. And instead, unable to vault away. However, Wraith has picked up V and not Lara. Hasn't secured the kill. Could be punished for it here if there's someone else going for recovery. They are not. V there has a torch, but they won't be able to use it. Okay. Basement hook here to make it a 3-survivor game. You also get pain res from V. Best of both worlds for Wraith, and that could be what saves this game state, because it was becoming very, very ruinous. Very ruinous indeed. Sprint burst for Quentin. They're going to waste that. Get the vault. Force them to double back. Fog file. The best killer item you can run. Okay. 2 kills. Quentin on hook now. And all of a sudden, 2 survivors left. 2 gens in the back pocket. It's looking Wraith favourable. Did you get the progression there? You can afford to lose 1 gen, as there's V. Obviously can't afford to lose 2. But things are looking okay in that regard. Good stuff from Wraith. Forcing them away from their optimal path. Dying state there. No hook here. There goes a gen. Oh, and it's not the big pressure point that Wraith's been focused on. Maybe not being able to find a Paymer's hook there could be a bit ruinous. We'll see. So gem popped over here. Can you find a way to find V and wrap this thing up? That's still regressing. Every chance that they're going back for the immediate hook. Indeed they are. These two are not going to go down without a fight. You might just go for the endurance hit here. Sprint burst for them. Not the best line taken. Well countered by Wraith. And there'll be another dying state. Just another opportunity to find the other survivor. There they are. That was fast. Okay. Well played. Not the kind of situation you really brew all that much as Wraith. The thing you fear is that last gen popping and maybe adrenaline. You don't really fear the torch saves. Good play. Okay. That one was surprising. And you hear the footsteps of the other V. Somewhere around here, presumably. Injury there. Do they get the unhook? Unfortunately, they do. Oh, and the endurance hit. That's not what he wanted. Alright. That, however, is okay. They've got an injured party and a deep wounded party. So a chance that Bloodhound could maybe locate them. Oh, death on hook. So immediately back to Shack. Catch denied. And there they are. GG. GG. Hook stages for Wraith. And now over to Sadako to see if she can match it. Where does Sadako go? Hawkins is a pretty damn good get. All of a sudden, big condemnation could be on the menu here. Can be a tough one to find your televisions. See how she does. Okay. Oh! Some vision over here. As a survivor retreats and turns right. And here they are. Demanifest, take a chase. Hoping for an injury before the TVs are in play, and an injury with the pallet burn is pretty damn ideal. And they're going to try for this pallet, and they'll make it! Oh, Styptic. You know, it is what it is. Getting it out there immediately, nothing wrong with that. Let's start teleporting. Let's start getting condemnation. Let's maybe take them by surprise. Upstairs gen is moving. In all earnestness, mixing it up. You're probably not too worried about it. Ooh. 2 survivors here. Okay. How they burn into the blind. Team manifest, and maybe have a look at this gen over here. Okay, so you know someone is on the upstairs gen. In fact, you can go right here. Is that the upstairs gen, or is this is the other upstairs gen? Okay, good to know. Good to know. Get down here, just spread out as much condemnation as possible. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Gen movement there. What a shame. Just too disoriented after the projection. But if she went in the right direction there, Sadako could have been looking at a dying state. No matter. Losing upstairs gen. Do they drop down immediately? Doesn't look like it. Okay, a lot of teleporting. Not a lot of injuries so far. Not a lot actually effective. Moving here, there, and everywhere. Finding someone here in the room. Okay. And it's Carlos, who presumably was the survivor working on the upstairs gen. No injury there is a shame. That's a hit that you've seen given on other occasions, not today. That teleport here might be finding Carlos around the corner. Big gem movement there. Can't do too much about it. Okay. And there's a very strong pallet over here, which might be a pre-drop. No. No, they want to keep that pallet on side. They'll have another one here, which they do drop. And trying to fake out with a point. I've seen that one before. I've done that one before. We won't be got on this occasion. This is audacious, but if they keep on holding W, there's a non-zero chance we might meet them down the pass here. Nah, just too far away to make that work. Okay. Doing a lot of hit and run here. And not getting a lot of hooks. None, in fact, and losing a lot of gens. 3 gens pop now. And very strong pallet here that they've held on to. We said at the beginning, early Styptic from Lara, a shame, but good to be rid of it. That Styptic play really could have been a difference maker now. Sadako just simply cannot get a hook. Oh, lucks into one here. It seems that the team are keeping on top of their televisions as well. With the amount of teleportation, there's some condemnation across the board, not a lot. Unfortunate lack of pain res there. Moving all over the place. There is, they were thinking about the unhook, not able to get it. Oh, going this way, hang on. What? Were they hiding there and then they... Well, I'm confused. Sadako's confused. Everyone's confused right now. They're around here now. Do they go for the unhook? They do not. What? There they are. Okay. Suspicions confirmed. Hiding between the barrel and the crates. But this could be a very, very good situation for Sadako. Not going for the pallet. Going for this one instead. Hold. Nice play from Sadako. Good little mind game around the pallet. And now, any killer is going to be delighted with the concept of 2 survivors on a hook at the same time. Pain res to boot. Could be a heal under the hook. If so, Sadako is really well placed to counter it. No, they flee the scene, and there's Lara. Lara, who really started this awful game state for Sadako. She's looking to bring it back, but things are looking pretty damn grim. No hesitation at all. This Lara knows her stuff. Brings down the pallet. Can she luck her way into any amount of condemnation here? Maybe check on the upstairs gem while she's at it. There is movement here. Maybe a grab? Ugh. Just her luck, whoever was here has fled the scene. And the entire reset. This team are on top of it. Resets, condemnation removal, obviously gens. Okay. Oh! Stumbling upon Zarina. Zarina, who's pretty heftily condemned if you could find your way to another TV. A condemnation Mori would go some way to righting this sinking ship. Do they move close enough to that TV? Maybe. Lost them. Lost them entirely. What is quite good about having kicked the upstairs gen, Call of Bride. The moment there is a good skill check on that, Sadako will be informed. She can teleport. Ugh. But these are small comforts amid the sea of woe that has been this game. And trying to fake out the pallet, sticks, moves too close, takes a stun. Now Call of Bride is gone, so you've got to keep the upstairs gen in check. And they get a different gen entirely. This is atrocious. 2 stacks of no way out. 2 stacks of no way out are all that is protecting Sadako from a pretty horrible defeat at the hands of the Wraith. And she's just not able to close anything down right now. Carlos has the run of this room. Burns a pallet, pre-drops. You can do that in the endgame. Just teleported as much as possible, ideally trying to spread condemnation, but none of that's been working. There's Arena. A moonwalk there, not quite going to get it done. They've just been too confident, too strong on these pallets. Burning them when they need to, getting away. Eventually able to see. There's Lara. You need a hook. I mean, obviously, you need a hook in the endgame here. You need some level of altruism if you're going to bring this back in your favour. Does this teleport do anything? They've not strayed close enough to any televisions for them to be of any consequence whatsoever, so Lara now gets away. Day is only just 99. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Oh, it's good body blocking. It's good body blocking. The wall was up. The defense is stalwart. And Sadako can't quite find a way through. Staunch, I meant, not stalwart. And other gate presumably open. There's Arena. Yeah, thank you very much. GG. Absolutely atrocious game. GG's. Anyone remember how many hooks there were? Get her out of here. Certainly a loss. 3, 2, 2. It's a Knight-esque performance for Sadako there. A 12-2 thrashing at the hands of the Wraith. Wraith gets the first win of the tournament. Onryo suffers her first loss. Okay. Wraith on top. Joint top with Blight. Both of them perfect in terms of hooks. 4 points apiece. Onryo, in third place, did get the win in round 1. Will be looking to improve on their round 2 performance. They have 3 points to their name. Singularity in 4th place. That disastrous hatch. No points. 10 hooks, and Ghostface, a really atrocious performance in round 1, has them bottom of Group G. 0 points and 4 hooks to their name. We go to Group H. Xenomorph versus Krasue, the newest killer. Obviously her first World Cup tournament. We'll see what she can do against very, very stiff opposition in the form of Xenomorph. Okay, Xenomorph on Haddonfield. Pretty good map. I think it's been slightly buffed for survivors. A few more pallets in Main Street, but hopefully not too concerning for Xenomorph. Right, no one around this house. Getting in the control panel. And listening for gem movement. Searching for footsteps. Footsteps to the right. Footsteps right here. Right here. They were staring down the tunnel. Don't know what they expected. Great dying state there. That's extraordinarily good, and the add-on giving some great intel as well. So, there's your opening hook. The flame turret there, but no matter. Didn't have the crawler mode anyway. Bit of gem movement here. Why not emerge? Why not give chase? There was a flame turret there, so maybe you should have seeked to have gotten rid of that. No matter. Tail attack for Xenomorph, the injury. And again, some more big intel. That's a great add-on. Tail attack giving intel on survival locations. Allows Xenomorph to pivot around here. Oh, should have been thinking about Pop Goes a Weasel. We'll try and get it out here, and we'll be able to. That gives all a reading. Over yonder. But maybe going to leave them be. Needs to get rid of the flame turret. And does. And how about a kick here? Just to see where B is heading. And the window not denied. It was a gimme. It was a layup for the Xenomorph. It misses wide left. Sends it only into the window frame. But able to rally, get the dying state, get the hook. And looking pretty damn good now is Xenomorph. Wants to get down into the tunnels again. As there's footsteps heading this way. Down below, okay. Ooh. Xenomorph. Gathering himself. Herself, sorry. Could be a locker. Could be a locker play. Where would they be if not? Oh, and they were around the corner. Run to review the footage. There's the teabag under the pallet stun. Fair play to them. Gem pops. Missing out on some pop goes a weasel value there is Xenomorph. Trying to take the attention away from the gen. Oh, they just get enough distance there. Okay. Kicking the gen is Xenomorph. It's been a good start. But still plenty of game left and some unfortunate chases happening. To go around the right hand side. And they keep on moving. Great opportunity here. There's your dying state. Okay. And some further movement here. Another great opportunity for a pop goes a weasel kick. That perk doing so many good things for Xenomorph. And maybe Dwight in a better spot for the chase. Ah. Just missing out on destroying the flame turret there. There's the unhook. They've stopped the aggression of the gen. Injury there. There's a real temptation to go for the death hook survivor. Okay. See, we're gonna go back here. Get in this house. No killer instinct to speak of. That is a shame. So where could that injured party have gone? Kick. A lot of pre-running here, a lot of distance being made, a lot of flame turrets. Oh, and that one will remove the crawler mode. That's rough. Seems like a pretty decent team here. Okay, good stuff. So that gen's still regressing. Pre-drop here would do nothing. Injury there is great. Gives you some big, big intel. That's injured V up in that house. Possibly a good, promising place to... Hold on. Okay, they're here. Explicable? Surely. Okay, hold on everyone, hold on. I have some doubts. Okay. I'm sure all is above board. I'm sure all is above board, but that was obviously very confusing for a lot of us here. Shadow step, not boon. No, I understand. I'm not worried about the lack of scratch marks. I'm worried about vanishing in midair, but I'm sure it was just a quirk of the FOV. I'm sure it's just a quirk of the FOV and nothing more. All the while, there's Jen over here. This is the Death Hook party. This is a great opportunity. Oh, just falling poorly. That not connecting is absolutely diabolical for the Xenomorph. And that's the difference between having someone out this game at 2 gens and who knows when at this point. If that fake out would have been outrageous. Okay. Plenty of flame turrets to deal with. There are 2 candidates for chase that could free up this game state. Oof. We finally get this gen. Big opportunity here. Gotta go after the injured party. Not Death Hook, alas. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, clearly Shadow Step Boon around here and just not quite keeping on top of your survivors. Oh. Denied by the car in front there. Thankfully, an error on the pallet. Didn't need to burn it, did. Left themselves open to the tail attack. So that'd be 3 Vs, all on Death Hook. Very, very tight game state now. Down below. For the crawler mode. No gem movement there. Unhook there. Try and put yourself on this side of the hook. That's not where you wanted to be. That's not where you wanted to find yourself if you're Xenomorph. A tangled web of control station pathways. A Xenomorph. All at sea there. It's the one chase you can't take. You'll take an injury. The gem pops. Ay, ay, ay. At the very least, a tail attack gives you some intel as to where these survivors are. Including someone who is roughly around here, presumably on the other side of the house. If you're here, you're probably moving around to the gates, and there they are. The tail attack doesn't connect, and if Xenomorph can't find a way of closing down one of these chases, they are going to have a very beatable 6 or 7 hooks. Tail attack connects there, necessary. As they circle presumably around the left. Yep. That wasn't the injured party. Xenomorph stood and watched, expecting that to be a dying state. It isn't. Oh dear, and the boon is doing horrendous things for Xenomorph. They've got so much distance here. This is going to be a ridiculous 3 Death Hook, 6 hook game if he doesn't get his ideas, buck his ideas up. It's awful. Just losing all sight of how his abilities work, how long the tail attack goes. Gonna run into a turret there. This is a team that knows their stuff against Xenomorph, and make no mistake. One body block and it's all over, but no one there. Xenomorph gonna make like they don't see them, but then turn around. Injury there. Run into the bins! The bin assist! Will it be a tale of saved by the bin for the Xenomorph? Another protection hit, another injury. Hold on just a second. They already pick up? How's it going to pick up that quickly? That's absurd. Okay. That's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote. Dwight takes an injury. Dwight's running away from the gate. Hold on just a second. Because if Dwight takes a hook here, maybe the V's stay and go for the save. It's not over yet. It's farcical from all sides. Dying state with a tail attack. You absolutely take the hook here if you're Xenomorph. You don't want to force anyone out. What a game it would be for Blood Warden. Ruining the lack of Blood Warden in this build. It would be pretty much an instant win. Unfortunately not the case. Okay. Again, you really want to encourage the save if you're Xenomorph. So into the tunnel. Emerging. Near the hook. That's the wrong control station. However, time is fleeting. Can Xenomorph play goalkeeper? Keep V in the trial. No. Can you keep other V in the trial? No. Is there another V to keep in the trial? No. That is an awful game of Dead by Daylight. 7 hook stages for Xenomorph. Lack that clinical final touch. I was doing a joke about putting an apology in a notes app, but because I only use my notes app for grocery shopping, accidentally opening up the wrong note, doing an earnest, sad puppy dog YouTube video, and then being like, 2 carrots, an apple. Oh! Anyway, sorry, it was Krasue, it was walk up! Jesus. Not got my head in the game. Thankfully, Krasue has her head in the game because she's just a head and some entrails. Right, so. Michonne. 7 hookers total to beat. Feels very, very beatable. And that won't do anything. Need to get the vegetation out there. There it is. Head form. Head form, please. Okay, so. Vault around that. Is the hit on here? No way. Okay. Oh, rubbish. Go body form. Go body form. What's going on? Help. Clearly, Krasue coming into this one a little bit rattled. It's a new experience for her. Not a veteran of the World Cup. Good move from her. That'll be an injury. Could be more besides here. Didn't even really need to fly there. Oh. Not able to connect. Michonne goes to the blind and gets it. And that's not going to do anything at all. Okay, so. Krasue. Going this way and that. Trying to get the body form. There we go. She's found it. But if there are any notions of this being a walk-in for Krasue, there's like nothing of the sort here. Founding the pallet. And good injury there. And that seems to have rattled Rick a little bit. Oh my god, okay. Some are saying that the head form M1s are a little bit forgiving. And on that evidence, it's hard to disagree. Alright, well. It seemed to all involved, including the commentator, that Krasue was looking away from the blind, but apparently not the case. Okay, body form it is. Nothing going right now. There's a dying state. Is Krasue alright? Don't worry about Krasue. Worry about the game giving away a blind that shouldn't be happening. A series. Oh, it just stays perfectly far enough away. Perfectly far enough away to avoid the hit there. No matter. Should be an M1 on the table. There it is. Right, can Krasue settle into this game after a very, very tough opening? No doubt about it. Not the start she was looking for. Michonne body blocking, using the endurance. And does well there, so body form it will have to be. Could be DS after all that. Wouldn't be surprised. Yep, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's why you play that so aggressively, because you have that to fall back on. Siri refusing the body block of Rick there. Taking the hook. Okay. Well played. Could have gone for the hit on Michonne there. Got another dying state. They do get the blind. And that won't quite connect. It was very close. That will. Good stuff. Head form. Michonne flees Shack. Krasue on her. There's your dying state. Okay. So. The third hook for Krasue. And all of a sudden, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. 7 hooks to target. 8 hooks to win. It seems like a very tall order. Certainly gotta get Pop Goes a Weasel out there. Not gonna pick any gens at all. Being head in the clouds, so to speak. Looking to get that on the tree. Somehow doesn't quite connect. That one will. Into head form. Every hook so vital here. Looking for another one on Sable. And gets the injury. They just refused to burn the pallet. Don't know what was going on there. And this should be another dying state. And eruption on that gen, on that pressure point. Another flashbang. The timing is perfect from Rick. This is a team with an axe to grind regarding Krasue. There'll be another dying state. She's going to pick up immediately, although the feeling is you're probably not going to be allowed this hook. Never mind. Hook confirmed. If you're Krasue here, you really are trying to look for Michonne. That survivor who gives you a real opportunity of getting a kill on the board. No intel on Siri there. Going head form for the patrol. Hoping still to get Pop Goes a Weasel out there. Oh, they're able to get the gen. Okay. Scratch marks over here. Injured party. Gotta be, I was gonna say gotta be Michonne. No, of course, Rick. It's still dying state, but it's a great fake out. It's a great vault. My god, what a team. What a team Krasue's found herself against. Head form out there. The gate is open. Now you're running the maps. And you're saying, is there any way you can wrestle 7 hook states out of this? Rick dying on hook will do it! Oh my god! Not giving an inch is this team. Jesus Christ, this is painful for the Krasue. Cornered, countered at every point, but gets away. Slips past the body blocks. Very well indeed, and will not be denied this hook. It keeps her in play. But they're still going to try for body blocks. Siri around the corner there. The issue being your head form. You can't deny it immediately. Okay, there you go. What you can do is go body form and trying for the leeched effect, and you get it. You've got to play this so cautiously if you're Krasue here. If Rick dies on hook, you've secured a point, and after a game like this, you would be very, very happy to get a point. If the team can rally and make the save, it's all over. And if you do guard the hook, maybe you get another dying state, another hook, and somehow pull out a win after one of the most psychologically devastating games of Killer of all time. So she camps. Stays by the hook. There's Siri. Can't be drawn in too much here. There's another Sable. Everyone healed up. Everyone de-leeched. Siri right there. Regurgitation. Body block from this side. Would have really hoped that connected. Injury there. It'll get me on hook. You've got to wait out endurance. You've got to wait out endurance. It's that simple. Okay. And all of a sudden, the timer's in play. Now do the team leave to try and give Rick a chance to hatch. They're sticking around. And in sticking around, they might be handing Krasue more than a draw. They might be handing her the victory. Keeping Rick here is tantamount to victory for Krasue because the team just aren't leaving. Body blocking. But at this point, you don't want the dying state if you're Krasue. You want the endgame timer moving as swiftly as humanly possible. And that means keeping Rick standing up. The team aren't leaving. How many hook states will it be? As it stands, you've definitely got the draw. Is anyone else staying in the trial? Body blocking? At this point, how do they leave? 4K? One person leaves, 2 people leave. Rick doesn't leave. It's a win for the Krasue. Keeping the team in the trial will look for how many hook stages it is. Looking on the bottom left there, should be about 9 or 10. There's 6, 7, 8. 8 hook stages at the end. To just snatch victory from the very jaws of defeat. GG, well played. By the very finest of margins. What a start to her World Cup campaign. Krasue with 8 hooks gets the victory. Xenomorph suffers their first loss of the campaign. How'd you beat a matchup like that? We'll try our best with Dark Lord versus Dredge. The swamp for the Dark Lord. Doable. No one's idea of a of the most fun time as killer. Swamp. We'll see what Dracula can do. Going bats immediately. Looking to check on this gen. No movement. Turning the corner. Bit of movement here. Hellfire. Good injury on Claudette. They were trying to avoid it. Not able to do so. Or hoping for the panic vault. This could be a wolf situation, but you do have Hellfire back. Oh, don't go for that just yet. Hoping they'd vault. They do not. Okay, good play from Claudette. Just kind of holding W here, not really committing to anything. Might not burn here. Hold on. Am I a fool? 2 pallets? 2 pallets? 2 pallets? That's unbelievable. On a tile like that with a window as well and another window? It's the hell tile. Dracula's found the hell tile. There's lots of things he could be doing. Going wolf, for instance, but he finally gets a dying state. And thank God this tile is taken care of. What is that? 2 windows, 2 pallets, 1 tile. Jesus have mercy. This is outrageous. Where's the hook? Where's the hook? Aye, aye, aye. Things are looking grim for Dracula, and it's not entirely his fault. Going bats. Looking for a teleport. Going back to a Dracula form. Ruin doing its thing. Just overshot the landing there. M1. Following up. Maybe go bats and then swap back to vampire form. Oh, it was unbelievably close. The Hellfire on near castle there should still be a dying state here with the M1. Okay. Palette reworks might be a tiny bit overtuned. There's a chance, there's a chance. Okay. Well, no matter. At the very least, 2 hook stages relatively early. One of our hope stack in play. They get big boat. Can the Cube of Zoe get anything going here? Not quite. Is a survivor pleased to see? Nice! Hellfire through the crates. Ace Visconti. Not able to do anything. And here we go. Wolf form. It's taken a while. Oh. Well played from Ace. Wanting the pounce here as the wolf. And might not even need it. Why? Why would you do such a thing? You didn't need to do such a thing as the wolf. Dracula's thrown away a perfectly good M1 situation, trying to get flashy. And that might allow Ace to get to Shack. It probably will. No, not quite. The pounce is truly invaluable in that situation. And trying to deny the pallet. Yep, shouldn't be stunnable from that vantage point. And down to the basement goes Ace. Okay. Things were looking pretty grim in the end. Fortunate to get that hit, and away goes Dracula. Gem movement here. M1. Remember, the window blocked because of the bats. If that's what they commit to, they will be upset to find no vaults for them there. They don't. They go for the pallet. Could be a Hellfire here. Nice. Carlson almost afflicted by Hellfire on the tile to the right. You knew it was a possibility, and there goes a Dying State. Plus, third stack of Devour Hope. Now, this is fantastic. You were able to get the Dying State with the Hellfire before Devour Hope had exposed. Devour Hope is hidden from the survivors. There is every chance of taking them by surprise. There's Ace. I mean, ideally you'd go after a healthy party, but maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Certainly want to go Hellfire for this one. Bounce landing. There it is. Fake out there. Oh, and there we go. The Hellfire hit. All this is so important. Because, again, Devour Hope is still hidden from the survivors because of no M1. It means that Nia Carlson might be a bit more aggressive. Kate Denson, if we ever see her, might be a bit more aggressive. Good play from Drac on this one. Aggression there. Unhook over here in the heel. There's an aura reading. But it's of Claudette. It's of the injured party. Is this a chase that you want? Possibly, possibly. Get a teleport out there. At the very least, if you can't Claudette off from getting the unhook, maybe force a healthy party to move in, and then you can really start the Devour Hope ball rolling. Plus, if they get an unhook, could be a Mori here before second hook stage. It's very important. Oh. Unfortunate. Joe what? Whatever. Tell them about Devour Hope. It doesn't matter. Oh, dead hard. Dead hard, and they didn't use it with the Hellfire miss. True resilience there from Claudette. Gotta be Hellfire, does connect. And do not get that totem. First Mori, very important here before second stage.
Die, human!
There goes Devour Hope, but some value has been gained from it. The Mori there before second stage, a relatively early survivor leaving the trial. Now there's Ace Visconti. That was Ruin! Hold on a second, that might have been Ruin. So Devour Hope might still be on the menu for Drac. They fake out the pallet, but the M1's on the table now. Oh, it's another dead heart. It's another dead heart. Ooh, Kate Denson. They've not been found all game. They've been Mori. They're out of there. Where's Dracula? There he is.
Insufferable little wretch.
What a turnaround this has been. Courtesy entirely of Devour Hope. Very good game state. There's Ace Visconti just stopping and staring and waiting. Getting the pallet.
Hey.
Now, all of a sudden, 2 survivor game. Another Mori. Oh, maybe shouldn't have Mori'd because now you've got to get to Shaq Cat. Now you've got to get to Shaq as quickly as possible. Oh, never mind. Hang on. There's Nia Carlson. Well, this feels like a bit of a given. GG. No witnesses.
Destiny calls.
It's the 4K. It's the 4 Mori game, which might be a World Cup first, unless Michael Myers in a previous Tombstone game was able to do the like. I'm not 100% sure, but that is certainly the first non-Michael Myers 4 Mori game I feel confident in saying. GG. Good luck with next. What a game for Dracula. The 12 hook statuses, the 12 hook stages, that counts, of course. Dredge has it all to do. The final game of round 2. Dredge needs a 4K. Dredge on Glenval, all to do, but we know that Dredge is capable. One of the things Dredge has not been able to do so far this tournament is get some good Darkness Revealed value. Look at that for Darkness Revealed value. Oh, look at that for missing the button. Alright, try again. Oh, what's it done there? I'll tell you what we wanted to do. We wanted to go to those front-facing lockers, but in doing so, it sent itself way off into a different area entirely. Alright. Did they fall for this in any way? Oh, Jesus. Going entirely the wrong direction. Okay. Kicking the door. It's a bit of a silly start for the Dredge here. Doing a lot of teleporting, not doing a lot of injuring. But maybe that starts now. On Bill. Who got some surprising distance there. You would have expected a killer of Dredge's speed to make it like that. Okay. Do this, do this, do this for the aura reading. Someone down there, someone over here. 2 people over here. There's such a good opening Darkness Revealed, but it has all fallen apart. Do this, and do this. 1, 2, Bill coming back. Oh! As Claudette drops down at a very inopportune time, and they are going to burn the pallet. Unfortunately, Dredge is in the stun area. No doors allowed. A lot of breakage of the doors, which, you know, could be useful. Get a kick out there. But Dredge needs to start getting some, I mean, not even a dunk save, just an injury here. Things are looking pretty damn grim. Can it cut them off? They were so wise to what Dredge was trying to do there. They were way before Dredge even began to teleport. Oi, 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 kick here, but this is looking, I mean, the Dark Lord camp, get the champagne out. Looks like the Dredge is not putting up too much of a fight. Trying to get ahead of Bill. Bill surely is going to see what's going on there, but maybe if Dredge doubles back and then goes here, or a reading, somehow it's worked out. Well, you say worked out. It's all relative, I suppose. Someone's had the Weetabix. What's Bill up to here? Making some incredible moves. With that deceptive old man speed. There's an injury on Bill. Long time coming. Get ahead here. Bill sees through that. Heads back. Jen moving upstairs. Got to try and put a stop to it. Won't be able to. The teleport just too far away. And there goes Jen. What is Dredge playing at? It has been a farcical opening to this one. I mean, if you got points for teleports, it would surely be top dog of Group H, but unfortunately that just isn't what we're doing here. Someone needs to tell Dredge that. Okay, taking a chase. Needs to get something effective going here with Laurie Strode, who takes Dredge right to a pallet. Doesn't burn it, does burn it. Remnant on the pallet. And returning. Getting the injury. Well played by Dredge. Almost fell foul of that disorienting factor from the Remnant play that all Dredge mains have suffered from time to time. Another injury here, why not? And teleport here could be good. Not there. Not there, Dredge. Not here. Why are you up here? What are you doing up there? Okay. No matter. Because Dredge is able to cut off V from Shaq. And moves to an even worse pallet in the water tower. Which they drop. They held off for just a moment. And Shaq is locked. Of course it is. Oh, dearie me. Things are looking absolutely disastrous for Dredge. Do they commit? They do. 3 people here. Injured party. Beal is going to try and take aggro. No. They've got another pallet. Laurie keeping on the pallet there. It's a wise play against Dredge. Gets ahead of them. Another injury. Oh my god, it's Christmas. 3 injured parties. Wow. That's about as good a game state as you could possibly have with no hooks and 2 gens left. Faking out the teleport. They don't vault. You know you have a game where you know it's going to go on YouTube. I'm breaking the fourth wall. You know you have a game where you know it's going to go on YouTube, and you can just already tell the comments you're about to receive. Oh god, this one's going to be nightmarish to look at. Hook there for Dredge. Anyway, who said that? I don't know. Hook there for Dredge. One hook in play. Remember, it's running Blood Warden here, and Blood Warden could be very, very useful in a game state like this. Keeping on Lorry. I mean, if you Dredge, do you even care about the gens at this point? I think you're fully locked and loaded for potential endgame turnaround. Medium Volt punished. So another hook here. And maybe there is a chance of keeping the gens on side. Who knows? On all the way over here. Listen. No movement. Feels like this would be the one, right? No movement there either. Interesting. Kicking this door. Most useless door in the game. Dredge feels that it's a priority to kick that. Okay. Fair enough. You do you, Dredge. You do you. What you could do as Dredge is playing it a little bit nasty. Go for the injured party. Try and put some more pressure on. That's what Dredge is going to do. Going ahead of them. Good plays from Dredge. Oh, but there's always a window, there's always a pallet, and there's always a lithe. Lorry Stroke keeping him moving through the pallets here, and V's going to take a hit. Dredge, no hesitation. You just need your end game hook here if you Dredge. If you can get some more injuries besides, all the better. But the main thing is make sure you have that end game hook to build upon. As they both move to the periphery. Hold on just a second. Looking for an injury on Beal. We'll eventually find it. They've done so well at maintaining a locked presence on all these lockers as well. Dredge just not finding any swift teleport plays to be made. As Beal will get the window. Medium Volt. Oh, unpunishable for Dredge. Fake out the teleport. Oh, Bill didn't counter it on that occasion, so the teleport would have been a great play. And of course, because of that, Dredge doesn't go for it. Allergic to good plays is Dredge right now, as there's a medium Volt, and it is punished on this occasion. Presumably, the gen will pop very shortly. There it goes. But you've got that in-game hook, so you've got something to keep the team in the game and not just simply leave immediately. What you want to do is make sure this gate isn't moving. It was. It is. There's an injury. On V. Nope, sorry, on Lorry. There's a dying state on Lorry. Get another hook here. Get another hook here. The way you enable Blood Warden is having as precarious an endgame as possible. It's not about just keeping your slug before the gates are open. So, teleport as close to the gate as you can. No survivors on it. Maybe a heal going on beneath the hook. Yes, indeed. Unhook there. You really need a gate open. You need that timer ticking down as soon as possible. Bill is a great dying state candidate because he isn't dead on hook, so we can Dredge here can take the hook and still keep pressure on this game state. Again, you really, really need to see an open gate. Gonna play it a bit riskily as Dredge. Do that. And then just do this. Just for the aura reading. Someone there, two people over there. Okay. Lorry's going to try and go in for the save. Will be unable to do so. Injury there for Dredge, but Lorry isn't the target. Again, you want someone who isn't dead on hook. And here you go. Okay. This is exactly the kind of thing you're looking for. Lorry's going to move towards the gate. Survivor here. Oh, if Laurie leaves, it's all over. And there's very little doubt. Oh, hang on, they're healing on the line. They're healing on the line. This is so tough because you want to encourage a save. But you want to get a dying state in a good position. Great injury there. Okay, this is close to perfect. The timer ticking down. And a survivor nowhere near death hook that the team will feel emboldened enough and encouraged to save. There's a body block. The scary factor here is Laurie and Bill. They're both death hook. Are they going to find it in their hearts to stay in the trial for their friend, for their comrade, while they are themselves on death hook? It's really tough to see that happening. Keeping on V. Claudette taking a hit here. They won't be able to body block for all this time. Surely not. But then Bill and Laurie will be able to. Taking a move around the left-hand side. Bill and Laurie are going to get themselves in position now. But you're getting ahead. Okay, good stuff. You're getting ahead of V. Again, trying to push them away. Oh, God, but where have they gone? Oh, Jesus, but where have they gone? If you can find a way to get this hook. Oh, Lord, if you can find a way to get this hook. Oh, they've healed. Oh, they've healed. Oh, it's all over. It's all over. What a shame. And they're out. And that is all she wrote for Dredge. Aye, aye, aye. Yes, Bill, you were also present while your team won the game. Unfortunate for Dredge. That's unfair. Bill actually did a fair bit there. Really tried to make Blood Warden happen, just wasn't able to, and the team played it well. 5 it is. So the Dark Lord, with his first win of the tournament. Dredge, a win and and a loss. So very, very interesting state of play in Group H. In terms of points, you have 4 killers on 3 points. Dark Lord currently has a lead due to the greater hook differential. Xenomorph second with 18 hooks. Dredge third with 17 hooks. Krasue with a game in hand and 8 hooks to her name. 3 points as well. And then on the bottom is Skull Merchant, who has played 1 and lost 1 with that 7 hooks. Alright. Alright, there you go. That's round 2. So our groups look like this as we approach round 3. Round 3 is going to be really interesting. This is where you start to see people all but sewing up their playoff positions. And we start to see killers all but out of contention. And then round 4 is when mathematical clinch and elimination situations happen.